me satisfaction.
I does what I likes and I likes what I do. I does what I likes and I likes.
Thank you, most interesting.
I does what I likes and I likes what I do. I does what I likes and I likes. I does what I likes and I likes what I do. I does what I likes and I likes. I does what I likes and I likes what I do. I does what I likes and I likes.
Now how does that sound?
It begins on a dark night. Look at this. You're not gonna find another girl like her in a million years.
It's all so magical.
I've never fun party ride that fast someday a boo.
And does it say? Never done.
I've never fun party ride that fast someday a boo. Do you trust me? Say to me,
Have my life wonderful
time in my blue shirt, salam.
father and does it say?
Say to me,
Have my life
wonderful time in blue shirt, salam.
father and does it say?
I'm going to free you, Jenny.
I ran away, and I am not going back. And I am not going back.
You should.
I ran away, and I am not going back.
Let's make some magic!
There's this girl.
I've never fun party ride that fast someday a boo.
And does it say?
There's no time in my life without you. I've never fun party ride that fast someday a boo.
And does it say? I ran away, and I am not going back. And I am not going back.
You should.
I ran away.
What's up, everybody?
Not going back. And
Let
I
me
am
figure
not
out.
going
Let me
back.
figure this out real quick. We're gonna take that off. Start that one. We're gonna get some chill music. What's up, everybody?
Cool.
What's up? What's up, Jim?
Not a whole lot, just hanging out,
Hanging
playing
out.
Nintendo.
Playing Nintendo? What you playing?
Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster.
For real? Like, are you
Yes.
seriously playing that?
Yeah.
Nice. How is it?
I finished the first game. I started the second one, and I'm like, this is weird. And so I looked more into it, and I'm like, this is very weird.
Okay.
And then I learned you can just really break the game.
Really?
And I'm like, I don't think I want to play this. And I looked more into it, and people are like, it is the worst Final Fantasy. I'm like,
Is it really?
I don't want to play it.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
No. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Audio check. Can you guys hear me?
Check.
Can you guys hear us? Does everything sound okay? I need to turn. Popcorn is ready for some quality entertainment of Jim trolling
Well, I
everybody.
assume it's a different channel. Okay.
Let's see. Ooh, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna, guys, we're doing all this live. So this is the first time we're streaming from the new studio setup.
Yeah.
We had streamed when the table was. I don't even know how we had the table. Honestly, I don't remember. Oh wait, it was this way. That's
Yeah,
right.
it was
That's right. It
straight
was
this
like
way
straight
when
this
we were
way.
sitting in the
That's
car.
right. That's right. Music's a little bit louder than the audio. All right, and then let me check. Let me go to audio here. Let me look at those audio levels.
Welcome,
There we
Reimer.
go. We're gonna turn that up a little bit.
James Reimer.
What's up, James?
And Jim Hawkins.
Yeah, we got Jim Hawkins in the house, ladies and gentlemen. So James, I don't tune into live streams very often, but you guys always pull me in. That's what we do.
Yay.
That's what we like to do. So, Jim, how was your week, my friend? How was your week?
You know, it's been kind of fun.
Yeah.
These last couple days, I've been hanging out with a bunch of random people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I went to disc replay the
Yeah.
last few days before I before I showed up here to record and hang out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just been a good time.
Yeah.
Last couple days were good. Off of work, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
But now today was my Monday, so
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not bad.
So we've got some Lorcana stuff to talk about. We were talking about a little bit the other day. You know, we've been doing the spoiler videos.
Mhm.
We had a new spoiler today, which we'll talk about with everybody. And we had quite a lot to talk about. Any TCG news? So has there been any other news that's been? There's a big thing that happened today, ladies and gentlemen. The One Ring has been found.
Oh yes.
The One Ring has been found. Now, what I want to know is, are they going to throw it into Mount Doom,
into the lava.
into the lava?
They better.
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, I would.
I guarantee be a lot of people pay to see that.
Mhm.
Do you think they'd make more money doing that, or like somebody buying it?
Dude, okay. The thing is, right? You have to burn the card. You have to destroy it.
Yeah,
You
you
have
do.
to. I
Yep.
understand it's a lot of money.
Correct. I
get
agree.
that.
I agree. Chat, what do you think? So, for those of you who don't know, the most recent Magic the Gathering set, it was a Lord of the Rings set. Was it Universes Beyond?
Yeah.
That's the Universes Beyond where they take in different IPs. Okay, and then this one was Lord of the Rings. Had a lot of people were very excited for this. And so what they did was, of course, they had a couple of ring cards, and there was one ring. Okay, it's the One Ring, and they made a special version, serialized, one of one, only one made,
Mhm.
and they made a big deal about it. I think it was brilliant. I do think it was brilliant. Like, this is the perfect thing, like the perfect IP to do it for. And somebody pulled it, sent it into PSA. It has been graded. It is a 9.5 out of 10. So it's been pulled, it's been graded. I hope they recorded the whole opening and grading process. That would actually be kind of nice. No, you can't burn Precious. I mean, yes, toss it into the fire. Yeah, I mean, I'm Jim. Are you tossing it in?
Okay, if I had this card,
Yeah. What would you?
I would
Seriously,
go
what would you do?
down in Magic history of destroying this card.
Really?
I would.
Yeah.
I would. I wouldn't. All right. I know selling it for like $1 million would be amazing.
Well, Cassius.
understand
Cassius was saying.
$500,000, right?
No, I think he said.
2?
Did he bring it up to 2? Does anybody know?
I heard $500,000,
It
$1
sta-
million,
it started-
and then 2 mil.
Yeah. I don't know if Cassius was the 2 million.
Yeah.
But I know somebody was the 2 mil.
Yeah.
Let's see, your box 2, and then we're actually gonna.
I mean,
moving you.
like $2 million would set us up for
Oh yeah.
for a very good amount of time.
I think it set a few people up for
Yeah.
a good amount of time. There we go.
Yeah.
That's a little bit better. Yeah, it was up to 2 mil. I just can't remember. I can't remember who the 2 mil was from. What's up, Tyler? Do you know of any gaming stores in Texas that will have organized play for Lorcana? Well, here's what you should do, Tyler. Okay, if you go to the Facebook group, the Lorcana Facebook group, I don't know what the name of the group is, but there's like 11,000 people in it. There's been about 27 posts a day of people saying, my store has been accepted, yay, which great. That's good news. Great for them. It's just that's kind of been all the posts that we've been seeing in those kinds of groups. So if you go to that group, I'm sure you can find one in your area, or just call them. But I know that I've seen some stores. So
I also couldn't even tell you any gaming stores in Texas. So
neither could I. I know who could. DM Armada could.
oh, there you go.
There you go. Let's see. So Skurai says, as reported by Dextero Spanish Gaming, there's a Spanish gaming store. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. Announced that it's offering 2 million euros for the card. Okay, I know there was. I know that there have been a couple of offers out there. I know there's been a couple offers. So, but this is not why people are here today. People are not here to listen or to listen to us talk about Magic the Gathering, are they?
All right. Well, before we get out of Magic,
Before we get out of,
what would you do with the card?
What would I do? No, I didn't say. I'd sell it.
Yeah,
I would straight up sell it. I mean, yes, the memes are great. The memes would be great, but I mean, no, dude, I'm selling it. I'm selling it.
I understand that, but it's not just memes. Okay, you are going down in Magic history. No one else is on par with this.
Can I pay my mortgage with that?
You can definitely feed into it a lot and get a lot of people's attention.
Yeah, that's true.
So potentially.
So attention or money? Huh. Did you say what you would do?
I said I would destroy it.
You would? You honestly would?
All right. I'd really have to think about it.
All right. Now you're being honest. That's better. That's better. All right. Well, let's start talking about the one thing that we're here to talk about tonight, and that's Lorcana. Now, before we actually start talking about it, I see we have somebody in the green room, and we're going to bring him in. As I said, guys, this is the first time we're doing this type of setup. So hopefully everything works. If it doesn't, just be patient. Be patient as best you can. So, all right, let's see if this works here. We've got Jonty. It looks like he's eating. Are you eating dinner, Jonty? Oh my goodness. Well, we're gonna find out.
I was just having some ice cream.
Oh, perfect. We can hear. This is great. Yay. What's up, buddy? How's it going, man?
I would sell it, and anyone who says anything else is lying. I also love how both of you genuinely and seriously discussed how cool it would be if somebody threw it into the fictional volcano.
Yes, correct.
I would watch that. Yeah, I would actually watch that. To be honest.
I would watch it if somebody could actually make it happen. Yes, of course. Who wouldn't?
How many people do we need to pay up $50 to watch me throw it into a volcano?
To match the 2 million. It was 2 million euros, I think, was the highest, officially properly confirmed bid from Guild of Dragons in Spain. Okay. So that'd be like over 3 mil Canadian, I think.
400,000 people?
That was good, Jim. You did that in your head?
That's a lot of people.
Did you do that in your head?
That's a lot of people, dude.
Yeah. It was found not too far from me. About an hour and a half drive. Yeah, it's a place called Whitby in Ontario.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And apparently the guy is talking to that store in Spain.
Gotcha.
Because he was like, we'll give you 2 million euros, and also we'll fly you over and give you a 2-week vacation and show you the area. They made a big thing out of it.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Man.
Yeah, that is really crazy. So first of all, Jonty, congratulations are in order. He recently hit 1,000 subscribers. Yeah,
thank you very much.
Hooray!
I get a wood plaque, I think, for 1,000.
Yeah, your wood rank 5.
Yeah. When are you gonna announce your giveaway that you are doing for the channel?
I have no idea. Probably at the start of the next proper video I do. So probably.
So are you seriously not a fan of gargoyles?
No, sorry. Yes, I watched the video back afterwards. I actually was a relative fan of Gargoyles, and I'm actually currently collecting the new publication of the Gargoyles comic. I wasn't a fan of those trading cards, is what I meant.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, Gargoyles is great. I can see a Gargoyles board game in my own line of sight, and like I say, I have a box
Yeah,
relatively full
mine's.
of
I can
Gargoyle
see
cards.
I can see mine right there. Actually,
Yeah, I haven't played it yet. As a true board gamer, it's on the
Same.
shelf.
Yep, same. So we've got quite a few cards to talk about. Quite a few cards to talk about tonight. Hopefully we're gonna get more people in the stream tonight, but we'll see. We're gonna keep the stream open for any other content creators who
It
want
seemed
to join.
on the little group that we're all in, it was just one of those ones where the stars didn't align for a lot of people. There's
Yes.
people traveling, and some
Yes.
people are doing
Yep.
this, and some people are doing that.
Yep.
I am luckily an absolute sad sack with no life, so I am always here.
Join the club.
This is the extent of my. Yeah, you wouldn't know what Jim's turned down to be here tonight.
Yeah, you didn't know. I could have called off.
All right, so
Thank you, Jim.
let's see.
The other Jim in the chat. Thank you, Jim.
All right. So the first one that I want to talk about here is Maui. Now I'm going to see if I can actually pull, if we add source here. We're going to go to, no, not add source. That's not it. Here we go. Share screen. We're going to go to window. We're going to go here. All right. Now let's see if we can.
Beautiful.
Aha! Look at that. I had to maneuver my mouse through 3 different screens here. Perfect. So we're gonna do. So I wish this was larger, so we're just gonna have to right click.
Yep.
You can almost right click it. Oh no! Where did the mouse go?
Uh-oh.
No! Uh-oh. You can do it.
Yeah,
We're back.
Do you want me to do it?
There we go.
We got it. Perfect.
Oh, it doesn't want to right click. Oh, I know what it's not doing. It's not going to show me the right click.
Oh.
It's not going to show me the right click through that.
You're gonna right click and move slightly down and left. And click and hope
that's actually what I have to do. We're gonna try one more time here. Apologies for the for the lack of professionalism, everybody.
Just look at it up on that.
Oh
monitor
yeah, there
over
we
there.
go. That's true. All right, so let me find the mouse here. Okay, let me know when you actually see it.
All right, it's at the top. There. All right, it's on them.
Where? Oh, there's Stitch. There we go.
We're gonna make it happen.
There it is.
We got it.
We got it, boys.
Boom.
We got it, boys. I don't want to have to do that again. All right,
And
Maui.
do it 6 more times.
Yeah, for real. So Maui's an 883 for 8 inkable vanilla. Jonty, go.
Okay, so first of all,
Seriously. Yes.
I've been very adamant always that I've said that I will. That whilst there might be a little bit of artwork that I don't like on some of these cards, I'm never going to call out a single card because the artists have worked incredibly hard on them.
Right.
One thing I will say is that very recently the amount of cards I don't enjoy the artwork for in this set went up by 1. And that's what I have to say about Maui.
Is it just the face? Is it just the face? Is
It's the face.
is that the only thing about it?
Yeah, and like his left pec is like a little off proportionately, like he's
Okay.
like it's not quite as bad as the classic what's the Captain America with the huge chest, the comic book cover, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like a very famous, like it's not quite that bad, but it's just like, I don't know, it's a little off.
Gotcha.
Like it must be difficult to turn the 3D characters into 2D art,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And it's 1,000,000,000% better than I could ever do, of course. But
Right. Me
as
as
far as
well.
the card goes, I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that I think we need another term. Like I don't think vanilla is enough in this game anymore because I think a card that is just stats and 1 lore and a card that is just stats and 3 lore are massively different and can't both be referred to as vanilla.
I
don't
mean,
think that's correct.
all right, continue.
If the only thing they pretty much do is essentially punch your opponent in the face by getting you to your win con, that's a vanilla card. It has no effect other than get me closer to win.
Yeah, because the difference in this game, right, between a traditional TCG, right, is just an additional stat line.
Yeah.
So we now have an additional stat line, which is the lore. Now a 1/1 is different from a 1/1/2, right? Even if they have nothing else, they're still vanilla, right?
Mhm.
Now the 1/1/2 is strictly better, right? Because it has that additional lore, right? So, but it's still a vanilla. Like I understand, I get what you're saying, John T. But I mean, I still think it would be classified as vanilla.
All right. So imagine instead of those 3 pips on the right, the text read "Quest. Tap this card to gain 3 lore." Is it no longer a vanilla then?
But it's just
Is it no? I mean, then we have to go to how the game sets it up, the rules. So what do you think, Jim? Like I get what he's saying. So like instead of, because I mean, for all intents and purposes, that's literally what those pips are.
Yeah.
It's an activated ability, right?
Yeah.
But that activated ability, because again, like we've talked about before, aggro is not attacking your opponent's stuff. Being aggro,
it's getting there quick. It's getting to your goal quicker, right?
It's
right.
Yeah,
right.
since it's completely different of not really paying attention in terms of killing your opponent's creatures to get you closer to winning the game in terms of like Pokemon setup,
right,
or Magic of then just going into face and getting them down from the 20.
right.
I'm pretty sure I would still consider this vanilla.
Right. Are you still on the it's definitely not vanilla train, John T?
I don't think I said it's definitely not vanilla.
No, you didn't. You did it. You did.
I just think it's. I think there is. It's worth noting that there are levels of vanilla in this. Like we already have like French vanilla, which is like
right,
just flying or
right.
something like that. It's a very simple keyword.
Right.
But like the fact that it's 3 lore. It makes it 3 times better than something with 1 lore, and I think it's worth. Like I just feel like we might need something
correct. No,
differentiates
you're definitely right, and
it's a spicy vanilla.
Yeah,
yeah, but he's also 8 mana, so like once we start getting that into play, he's actually worse. So he's worse vanilla than a 1-drop with 2 lore.
I mean, spicy vanilla doesn't sound nice for what it's worth.
Well, I mean, let's see. We have vanilla. We have French vanilla. What's another flavor of vanilla that we could throw in there?
Vanilla.
Vanilla?
Yeah, vanilla.
Ooh, yeah. They're like banana vanilla.
Banana.
Sorry, banana.
Yeah.
Banana.
Sorry, it's okay. I'm multilingual.
Yeah, I mean, and in all honesty, I don't think there's really much else to say about Maui. Like, yeah, he's a big boy. Yeah.
Is he as big as he gets? Is there something higher than 8 costs at the minute? What's the Maleficent?
Maleficent
9
cost? Wow. I thought she cost 7.
No, she is. Yeah, 9. No, she's right. 9. She's a 7. He's a 7.5 for 9. Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was a 7. Not. Oh my goodness, she's that. Okay.
Yeah, she's a 9.
Goodness gracious. And in all honesty, though, okay. In all honesty, the games that I have been watching, okay, because I still haven't tested. Like I still have not play tested at all, right? But the games that I've been watching, like once we get into turn 7, turn 8, turn 9, everybody's top decking. Like again, that's what I've seen. Now, granted,
at the minute, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. At the minute, we don't have the entire card pool for set 1, so I'm very interested to see what the rest of these cards, are going to look like. Hello, Walter Yensid. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So yeah, I mean, have you done outside of that? I think we actually talked about this already, John T. But outside of that first time, when they announced the quick rules, did you do any playtesting outside of that, Jonty?
No, I play tested for like that weekend, printed off a few, and then did a little bit on tabletop. And like I said, just to make sure I kind of felt like the game was enjoyable before I really dived fully in. And after that, like I'm fine now. I can wait. Like I'm not fussed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Let's actually see if I can just make this a little bit larger. Yeah, we'll do it like that. That's better. There we go. So Ariel, I want Ariel is like the card where I'm just like, okay, here we can have a lot of fun with Ariel. So Jonty, what do you think about Ariel?
Yeah, I am much more excited about Ariel than Mary.
Mhm.
This is anytime you see a card, and this is in any game, but anytime you see a card and you can say, "Oh, that's a deck,"
Yes.
right? Like that's spicy for me. I love that. I love that. The second you see a card, and you're like, "Oh, I know exactly where this card goes.
Right.
I know exactly the cards that have been revealed so far that go with it." You know what I mean? Like I'm totally here for this. Yeah.
Right. So it seems like this week we've gotten a ton of characters. With like I think that's like all that we've seen this week has been. I think it has. It's just been all characters.
Two characters.
Yeah,
We haven't seen a non-character for quite a while. Beast is Mine, I think, was the last one we got. I think.
Be Our
Be Our Guest was around the same time, right? So,
right. Yeah. Yes. Correct. I believe so. So let's see if I can.
We need more friends on the other side.
We do. I've got an interesting comment here from Astox. I hope they don't pull the classic TCG mistake and make card advantage part of the game's color pie, since it's too universally useful a concept to have for it to be split by ink.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about that, Jim? You agree?
Yeah, I mean, some of my favorite colors already have it. So, I mean, the purple and the blue, that's, I'm set. It's two different colors.
Well, and they have it. They do have it in steel as well so far. And granted, I think we're right at the halfway mark.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't totaled up all the cards, but I'm pretty sure we're very.
This
very
might
close
have
to
done
that.
it. Yeah, this might have done it. We were definitely in the like 90s, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we've seen it so far in purple, amethyst, sapphire, steel. Have we seen it much in ruby or emerald?
I don't think we've seen anything in Ruby.
I don't think
Emerald,
so.
like there's a bit of recursion from the discard that we've seen.
Yes.
So, and I think that's probably the way it'll go, is that like some colors will be better at it. Like some colors will get it like without having so many hoops to jump through. Like I think for me the best analogy is like white in Magic. Kind of has a lot of catch-up mechanics, so it's a lot of like you can draw a card as long as
your opponent's better than you.
Yeah, exactly. If your opponent's doing better than you, you can have this. But at least it's
as
there.
long as you play this garbage color, we'll let you get some decent stuff sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think that's how it'll be. I think it's like everything will have card draw, but some colors will have less better card draw, basically. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So Jim, you have said you have been known to make the statement, okay, of if it doesn't have inkable, it's a bad card.
Okay.
You've said that.
Okay.
You have said that, Jim.
I think you're misquoting.
Oh,
I think what
chat, help me out here, man. What is it?
Now, I think I've also said, all right, just because it doesn't have inkable doesn't mean I instantly hate the card. Okay.
Okay. All right. Fair.
But yeah, I much prefer to have inkable cards, right? I feel like if you're not inkable, you have to be extremely powerful or just really good.
So like Ariel, basically.
Yeah, Ariel is up there in terms of the power level on inkable. I love it.
What about Genie?
So can I just say about Ariel before you move on? While I don't play much, I do watch occasionally because people will stream it on the Discord. I have literally seen Ariel like win games.
Oh yeah,
the guy will be sat there on like 14 lore with an Ariel or two out and literally just go, okay, my turn. Okay, quest item. Okay, win. Like it's literally that strong.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's no like off-turn interaction, so you haven't got to worry, about anything being held up against it.
Super combo.
Yeah.
Right.
I love this Ariel. I can't wait to see more of it.
Now we've got another comment here from Astox. Non-inkable can't always be bad because Magic Mirror is not inkable and that card is broken. Do you remember what Magic Mirror does?
Does that pay for tap to draw?
Yes. I'm pretty sure that's what Magic Mirror is.
Is this okay? Okay. Okay.
Let me verify. I'm pretty sure that's the
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on a second. I'm just trying to figure out how to ban someone in chat. Just give me a couple minutes here.
To be fair, they said it's broken and like broken mirrors
As
is
in
bad
bad,
luck.
like
So
it's not good,
yeah,
bro.
Okay,
yeah.
so how is it broken? Like I don't get the argument. Granted, I will flat out. I haven't seen a lot of gameplay.
He says yes, got him.
Like
Good.
I don't understand the argument. How is it broken? Because that's a lot. That's a lot of resources to pay to draw one card.
Yeah,
That's where I'm confused.
Like he's memeing, and then he said Magic Mirror fan club.
Yeah, I mean,
untied.
Okay, the argument Corey gives a good argument here. Well, if everyone is top decking by turn 7, it may be a good card.
Okay,
that makes sense.
All right, he said it's not Dan, it's a Discord meme.
Oh,
there it is.
Gotcha, gotcha. Now, but hang on, aren't there people in the Discord who are like literally, we love this card, or is it just is it all a joke? If it's all a joke, all right, I'm on board. That's correct.
Maybe like one time it was they drew the card they needed off it.
Yeah,
you know, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
Look it, literally never punished.
Yeah.
Just ignore all those other times.
Okay, yeah. Yen Sid says no. Everyone thinks it's the worst card. LOL. Also, by the way, Yen Sid, what are we doing here, man? Like, aren't you supposed to be like guarding a castle or something? You know, with the, you know who Yen Sid is.
Actually, you know what? I think Magic Mirror has a place with the aerial combo list, because then you can play Maurice to make Magic Mirror free. And so that way, since you just have another 2-drop to be free, Ariel then untaps for no cost.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I think it's broken. I'm on board with it. You know, you got to be playing Amethyst and Sapphire.
Yes.
To do this combo.
Yes. The other thing that I wanted to say too is with Ariel, she just gets so much better the more items we see.
Yeah.
The more items we see, she gets so much better. Just like what's her name? Wicked Stepmother.
Every time we see an action, she gets better.
Exactly.
Every time we see a villain, Hades gets better. You know, there's a lot really that you can say for that.
Right.
Which is good, because we know going into the future, these cards are just going to get better and better.
Right. And that is exactly the backdrop against which I'm looking at like the entire set. Right? It's the first set. This is the floor. This is the floor. You know, and we're things not necessarily like cards just have to get better from a power level. I mean, they inevitably will over time, right? Because power creep is a thing, right? But from an analysis standpoint, I think you're looking at the floor, right? All right, so that's Ariel. Absolutely love Ariel. Here we go. Peter Pan. What do you think about Peter Pan, Jonty? Peter Pan Neverland.
Fine. I genuinely think he's like middle of the table. Evasive is good, but it's not on the best body. Yeah, okay. Like filler in the evasive deck at the minute.
Yeah.
I haven't played with it though, so can't really be honest. But it's just purely from the stat lines and what we've already got in that color. Like I don't think it doesn't edge out Cruella de Vil. It doesn't edge out Cheshire Cat.
Cruella de Vil's a little too strong.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't edge out Cheshire Cat. You know, it goes up against good. What's the little? Oh God, what's the thing that gains evasive if there's something else out? Pascal.
Pascal, yes.
Like
correct.
You know, it's good. You know, it's an early response to Pascal now,
right.
which is nice because a lot of the other evasive stuff is a lot more pricey in Ruby.
Right.
But otherwise, like it's fine, I guess.
Right. Jim, what do you think about Peter Pan?
He's just okay.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy about it. He's really just going to be. Hopefully, they have an evasive creature that has 3 toughness that he can just kill.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. He's killing something, right? Yeah,
right.
I think that's
right.
it. Yeah.
Right. Let's see. We had. Oh, Astox makes a good point. If I can find it. Oh, here it is. the fact Peter Pan dies to fire the cannons is such good
I
flavor.
love it so much.
Let's be
Yes.
honest, like it's so
I
true.
love it.
That's one of those little things that is just too good. It's
Mhm.
way too good. Yeah,
There's
and
more and more of those cropping up as well, though, right? Like even though it not like mechanically isn't completely there, but the idea
Right.
that Gantu stops little things questing and
Oh, yeah.
little things
Right.
fighting, but then Stitch wants little things, just
right.
like there's a few of those that are starting to crop up now, and it's really showing how much they have thought about a lot of this sort of stuff. And the
Right.
fact that we're starting to see little motifs on cards from one to the other. Somebody pointed out that the thing that Maurice is making in his is in the background of the aerial one, and
Yes. Yep.
like that's
What's
really
up with
cool.
that tire? There was a tire in the background too. Did I notice that? I somebody else pointed it out to me.
In Ariel's one? Yeah, there's all sorts of junk, right?
Yeah, there's all sorts of junk back there. Like, and one of those things is a tire. It's pretty interesting. Make a Lilo card, you cowards. Well, we know we're gonna see a Lilo card in steel.
Yeah, we've seen the art for it,
That
right?
one,
And we get what's the Dalmatian Pongo in red?
Hongo.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
Ruby.
That's right.
They're the last two off of all of those that we haven't seen yet, I
Yes.
think.
No, goodness,
Cusco.
Oh, that's
Cusco.
right. Yeah, we haven't seen him yet.
Cusco and Emerald. Yep. All right. What do you think about Simba Future King, Jonty?
Yeah, solid one drop. This is really good. I can't believe this is uncommon. This is great. One drop.
I don't
that-
know
that
where
lets you
I don't know-
loot.
I don't know where I saw this, but somebody said this is a terrible card. I'm like, what? No,
Yeah,
this
someone
isn't.
said when you top deck this late game, it's not great.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't say it's a
Well-
one drop.
yeah. When you top deck,
Yeah,
there's no cards in your
mean,
hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
All
But
right.
so here's the thing, though, is I don't necessarily see this just as a good bit of utility that's letting you loot. I think there's an emerald steel deck that cares about discarding.
Yeah. Right. I agree.
So, and I think that definitely goes in this.
Right.
But he's just really right. Doesn't matter what card game you're playing. Doesn't matter what level you're playing it. Seeing more of your cards than your opponent is seeing of theirs is a good thing.
Mm-hmm. I was watching another game, and somebody was playing Amethyst, and I can't remember the other color they were playing, but they on turn one they dropped the Maleficent, the 1-drop 1/1/2.
Yep.
Did not quest it the next turn because opponent dropped a Simba, and so the Simba could attack
trade.
into it and not trade and
Oh,
live.
sorry.
Yeah.
Kill
Right.
it and live. Yeah.
Right. So like that is a very interesting choice that that you got to make there. So yeah, I mean, I love Steelo. I said Steelo.
Steelo?
Dude, that's great. I mean, I'm patent copyright right now.
When she's out, that's great.
Steelo. All right, we'll you know what? Let's I want to talk about Donald right now. Okay. We'll probably record a video on him next week when we get more cards, because I don't like recording a video just for one card. So Donald Duck strutting his stuff. Okay, we got this one today.
Great name.
It is a fantastic. I love the artwork. I love he's got his little mech that he's making. Pretty sick. All right. So Donald Duck strutting his stuff. He is a 4/3/2 inkable 5-drop in Sapphire with Ward. Jim, what do you think? What do you think about this card?
Super basic.
Yes.
Super
Yeah.
basic. I think I with Ward, I like to see bigger butts on cards.
Yeah.
So if we did make him a 3/4/2 with Ward, I would like to see that a lot more.
Yeah, that's what other people have been saying too.
Mhm.
And I'm surprised you've said that too, because normally you want the higher attack.
Yeah, but we're building a defensive card already.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
So, throw that on top.
That's
of it.
true. That's true. Jonty, what do you think of Donald?
Yeah, as an island, it's not great. It's a little overcosted. Dies to all manner of things.
Does the smidge.
The only thing that's keeping me hopeful is that 2 lore is just nice.
Mhm.
I can't wait to see what card we get that cares about inventors.
He does not die to. He does not die to Smash.
I
He has
thought
Ward.
Smash was.
He has Ward.
I lied. I
Yeah.
lied to your face.
Yeah, he doesn't know, but he dies to like the Captain Hook with Challenger, the duelist.
Yes.
Like he dies to all kind of little littler things. So it's a lot of stuff trades up into him.
Right.
But yeah, I can't like Sapphire inventors
Mhm.
like is a thing probably, and that's kind of exciting.
Mhm.
But on its own, yeah, it's just a little undercosted. Great art though.
Mhm.
Steggy makes a good point here. It says Donald is a guaranteed 2 lore card. Can also use Let It Go the following turn since he'll safely be in play.
Yeah.
Can't be targeted by Genie. That's a very good point. And I'm curious as to both your guys' thoughts on this. And again, we're gonna know more once we see more cards. But Ward, like, how good do you think Ward is or not good? Because again, it's really tough to analyze that until we get more cards that target
Yeah.
stuff. So I'm just because when we saw Princess Aurora for that first time, I'm like, it's great, but give everything hits. But then you can still attack into it.
Mhm.
I mean, what do you guys think about that? I'm curious.
I do like what Steggy said with the guaranteed 2 lore.
Yeah,
It
that's
just
true.
comes out and then it's 100% getting it for you because
Right.
how are they going to be able to target it to tap it at
Right.
all?
They can't do
There's
anything.
no-
Yeah, that's a good point.
point.
Actually, I was sitting there thinking like, well, there's reckless, but obviously that targets it.
Yep.
So I'm going to assume the answer is it does. But say there is a damage on Donald, and Beast Wolf Spain comes out, would he be exerted?
All right, so let's look real quick. Let me pull this up here
Opponents
because
can't choose this. I
I
think
think
AoE's
I think he
around it.
would be exerted, but I
All right, so this is Beast Wolf Spain. I'm gonna pull it up on my tablet here. All right, so when you play this character, exert all opposing. You're not choosing. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's AoE if it's around it.
AoE, it would be chosen. Or well,
Yeah.
again, it's not chosen. It would be affected.
yeah.
So, yeah. Jim, aren't we almost halfway through the reveals for set 1? Yes.
Pretty close,
Yes,
yeah.
we are pretty close.
There have been some cards that were set up or picked out twice.
Yeah, so if you go to Lorcana, it says 107, but I'm pretty sure the D23 ones are shown twice.
yes.
Hold on. Set first chapter 96 we're at the moment.
96.
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So very close.
All right. So now we are going to get over here real quick. We have another. What is it called? What do they do in Street Fighter? Another challenger has joined the
Challenger approaches.
Challenger approaches. We've got Sugi. Sugi from Lorcana Cast is very
Just
good.
yours,
What are you maining, Jaunty? Are you playing SF6? I bet you play Luke. I bet
Those are all words, buddy.
All right, yeah.
Sugi, how's it going, friend? How are you doing, sir?
Heavy footsies. Oh, it's going great. We got a lot of new cards this week.
We need to start over them again so that Sugi can give us the actual.
They're terrible.
Like, tell us actually how good they are.
They're trash.
About Maui.
Yeah, no, but
Maui's God
yeah.
tier.
I mean, he's
literally deity.
Not wrong.
Triple S
demigod.
God tier.
He's a demigod, right? Ah, goodness. All right. So, did we not? We didn't even really talk about because we didn't talk about any cards last week
No.
because we were too busy having a great time, having a good
Dude,
time.
that was me.
Yeah, I heard you talking about Beast, so he doesn't target, so War doesn't do
Correct.
anything.
Yeah, I would like totally. That's how I read it. But I've a few times now I've took like knowledge from other games to this, and it's been wrong. So I think it's worth just double checking.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a fair question. So
Right.
basically, if a thing says chosen character, that's targeting.
Right.
If it just says do a thing,
you do
your
the thing.
SOL. Yeah, you do it. You do
Yep.
the thing.
Yep. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about the first legendary here. All right, Stitch. So Stitch, Carefree Surfer. Let me pull it up on my end here. All right, so Stitch is a 7-drop. 7 cost, 482 Inkable Amber Dreamborn Hero Alien with Ohana. When you play this character, if you have 2 or more other characters in play, you may draw 2 cards. Sugi, what do you think of Stitch, man?
So in a vacuum, he's kind of mid. This type of card makes me really think that we're going to see more cheats. So we saw Just in Time that cheats 5 down. I think we're going to see Just in Time that cheats 6 up, because this card is too goodish. So like, it's a legendary that should see play, but in the current state of the game can't see play. So there's got to be a way to get him out. Otherwise, it's just so awkwardly costed at what you get. Like 4/8's great. 7 is like, you want something bigger, something sexier. Just because if you're gonna punch that high, like I'd rather see a Tigger at 6, or if we're gonna go to 7, let's see if I can stall and get Mickey BLT at 8. So he's right in between the really awkward points of, he can refresh your hand and draw 2 cards, but like if you're playing a 7-drop, you kind of need something to win the game. So I know a lot of people, especially in chat, people like he's not mid, he's top. But the problem is he's not drawing enough at the point you need to win. And he's not questing enough to win you the game either. Like, I'd rather see the 6-drop Stitch, the Rockstar, because he quests for 3, than this one.
The win
we're going
quicker.
for a game-ending win.
So my only thought with, I agree with all of that. And I wonder if the more cards we see, like, is the stuff they're holding back now because it isn't like fancy on social media, but are we just going to see loads of more utility stuff, items, actions, and basically the more stuff we see that either throws stuff into the inkwell more often, lets us draw more, are we just going to see that 7, 8, 9 cost just not be the end game and actually start to come, and actually mid game we're starting to play like music just went crazy loud.
Yeah, it's really loud.
What happened?
There's the pan pipe. Somebody is going at it on the pan pipes. The dude's selling CDs outside of Barnes and Noble.
Right. Yeah, the chat's exploding with this Scry guy is saying, like, draw is important late in game. So the problem with that statement is, like, it's true in traditional card games, but Lorcana is a base race to 20. So by the time you're at turn 7 with 7 mana, forgetting ramp, like we're just playing 7 honest turns. If you're building a good deck, or at least a somewhat competent deck, you should be, even if you're like playing really bad, you get bad draws, you should be around 14 lore. That's like the bottom end of where you should be by turn 7. So if you're playing an aggro deck, you're going to be sitting on like 18 or 19. If you're playing a mid-range deck, you're going to be looking at about 16. So at that point, you want to spam out as many little bodies as you can with 2 lore, because your opponent has to answer with either challenges to the things that are exerted or removal to the things that are not exerted. So playing 7 mana for 2, there's a lot of other cards I'd rather play in multiple combinations, so I can have 2 or 3 bodies. I agree the card draw is good, but the problem is I don't need to draw more cards if I have the winning condition in my hand. The thing is, if I play 7, I don't have any more mana or ink to play those cards I drew, which doesn't win me the game. So,
which is why I'm thinking we're going to see more things like board wipes.
Yeah.
So that when you're at 16 lore, that, well, I'm just going to spam the board and it's a sure thing, is going to be less of a strategy, right?
Because right now there's no downside to spamming the board. There's no downside,
which means it's just not good. It's a broken system, which means we have to see.
We have to see.
We have to. Yeah. Correct.
So if you're playing into a board wipe is a possibility, then actually one body that fills your hand up a bit, is better than 2 or 3 bodies, right?
Yeah. Right. So we're having to guess that we're going to see a traditional Wrath of God,
right?
So we don't know if we will, because who knows? The expectation is there's probably one wrath in one color and then like a bounce in another. So
Yeah.
if your opponent isn't playing that specific color with wrath, then all of this is pointless and you just spam the board like you traditionally do right now. So there's a lot of predications that we're guessing on. We have no idea exists. So we have to analyze this card in the vacuum we have.
Yeah.
So all of the things people are saying in chat may or may not be true, but we can't use what's being said in chat as a metric because we're assuming a lot exists in a state that it doesn't exist. So currently, it's okay.
I mean, yes, Skurai, yes, draw is good all the time. Yeah, we're not disputing that. Like, nobody's saying that's not the case. I think the big thing with Stitch, right, is number one, the draw is not guaranteed. Number one, number two, we're having to put 7 mana in. Okay, potentially 6. You heard me right. I said mana. Okay. Again, potentially 6.
You could say energy, Pokemon.
But potentially 6 if you have the lantern out, right? But if I'm putting that much into it, I don't know. I feel like I want to be getting more. And then again, what am I drawing into, right? If this is supposed to be my late game thing, like what am I drawing into? So
especially if this is the only thing you're doing that turn,
right?
If all it is you're just drawing 2 additional cards to then use them next turn, sure, that's fine. But like they were saying, if this is that late in the game, nothing else is happening to the board for your on your opponent's side to get rid of anything,
right?
And then it's just like, all right, well, they can just win,
right? Yeah,
and again, you're right. We can only look at this in the vacuum of the stuff we know already. We've got no idea if we're going to see cards that care about aliens getting played, or things with 4 toughness or whatever. Like there's still loads there that could make this much better or much worse as well.
Right. Dude, chat is popping tonight, man. What's going on? It must be all the reveals we got.
Well, they also seem to think they know a lot of stuff that we don't, so they must be Ravensburger employees.
Nope, it's just the normal.
No, they're far too active on social media to be Ravensburger employees.
Goodness. All right, so that's Stitch. Well, okay, so somebody just mentioned in chat, also lore decrease is a thing. Yeah, it is. And speaking of lore decrease, which let's talk about Rapunzel. I mean, Rapunzel was early. Was this last week? I can't remember if it was early this week or last week.
She was Monday.
Yeah. So, all right. So we've got Rapunzel. Okay, so Rapunzel is a 6-drop, so 6 cost, 5/4 non-inkable, 5/4/2.
Oh, apparently Ravensburger employees are in here.
Hello. Great game.
Keep it up.
Star Wars Unlimited is better. Don't worry about it.
Ban.
Same company.
Okay, Rapunzel letting down her hair, 5/4/2 for 6 non-inkable. When you play this character, each opponent loses 1 lore. This is the second card that we've got that messes with your opponent's lore. John T, what's your thoughts on Rapunzel?
I love it. I the reason I love it is because I would say that 90% of my TCG playtime now is multiplayer. So any card that says each opponent on it, I instantly just think is good. I can't imagine this being very good in 1v1, honestly. But I really want to play the deck that runs this and Aladdin and just makes me a huge target. Like it just seems fun. Interestingly, the 2 cards we have seen that removes lore does specifically state each opponent and not like chosen opponent.
Astok says John T loves it because a Ravensburger employee is here and he's trying to save face.
This is also true. Please love me, Daddy Ravs.
Oh my god. All right, I need to go take another shower. This is just really uncomfortable.
Sugi, what do you think of Rapunzel? What's your thoughts?
She's something else. She's so she's good at lore denial. She doesn't steal it, but she removes it.
Right.
She's a good combo piece in red if you're able to shift Aladdin on turn 5, KO something. You gain 2 lore, you steal 2 lore, then turn 6, you drop her, you yoink another lore. Her bottom end on her willpower is a little scary because 4 is not particularly good at a 6 drop.
Right.
So she's really susceptible. A lot of people are like, "Oh, she's really good at killing things." It's like
She's probably dying as well, though, right?
I'd rather have her for the lore. So I'd rather tap her, gain 2, force the opponent to swing into her because almost anything that attacks her is going to die. The current curve of the game, your 4 and 5 drops are generally 3 will or 3 strength. So it's going to take like a high end 4 drop or a 5 drop to trade. So I'm okay with that because normally those 5 drops are going to have usually a pretty good utility power they want online. So
and arguably you've got the value out of her the second she hits the board, right? After
so
that, anything else is a bonus.
In theory, she can swing 3 lore. She takes 1 from them, 2 for you, and she trades 1 for 1. So that's 4 points of action economy I'm okay with, but I wouldn't personally swing her into anything.
But if you think in multiplayer, it's a 5 lore swing.
Well, with more people, it's more because you take 1, 2, 3, and
each.
then 2 for you, so that's 5 points.
It's a 5 lore swing, and if you do it after, like you were just saying, that combo with Aladdin,
that's another
like
8.
a 13. Yeah, so math. Come on, Jim, you're the math guy.
6, 21.
Like a 13 swing, 13 lore swing in 2 turns. That's insane.
So the concept of her being good in multiplayer is fantastic. She gets more value the more people you play, but in single player, I think she's perfectly fine. Very, very valuable. I mean, the fact that she's non-inkable means someone found a reason that she kind of dumped the game, so she can't be inkable. Like anytime I see a card that can't be sent to the inkwell, it's like, okay, why is this a thing? Ariel's a
because
great
it's a bad
example.
card. That's why. That's the only reason.
No. There's something about this card that the Ravensburger team figured out. Hey, it shouldn't be inked because it's so potent.
I mean, that's not necessarily true. I mean, it's a possibility. I just don't think that's.
Didn't they say that in the Q&A?
True.
No. They said that they throw darts at them. And like, oh yeah, that's uninkable.
I mean, so far the uninkable cards are always the interesting ones.
Well, true, but in all honesty, did somebody say that in a Q&A?
Could have sworn I read it or heard it somewhere.
I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm fine being wrong.
They're uninkable because they're stronger. I'm sure that's been the thing, right?
The problem is there's so many different news outlets. It's really hard to figure out who said what, where, if it's true or not.
True.
Honestly, I don't know. I just remember hearing it somewhere. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Gotcha.
But she's definitely a combo piece. I wouldn't say she's a solo card you just want to slap down by yourself and be like, hey, this is good. You want her to be a part of a synergy where you can ramp up to like, a turn 4. There's probably a low end like lore stealer or lore removal. So it's like turn 4, mess with their lore. Turn 5, shift up into Aladdin. Turn 6, play Rapunzel. So you're kind of building this board and you're messing with their lore economy and you're questing at the same time. So it's just this oppressive like snowball of like, oh my gosh, stop.
And I think we don't put enough emphasis on the classifications as well. She goes very well into a lot of princess packages in like Ruby Amber, that sort of thing.
Well, the only reason we would look at that right now is Moana, correct? I don't think we have any other cards that care about classification so far. Is that right?
The whole game, or care about princesses?
Other than Hades, that's it. I think.
Yeah, Hades wants villains and Moana.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Princesses. But but that's not it, right? Like, I'd be very surprised if in the first set we don't see a card that mentions all of
Musketeers.
them. Yeah. Musketeers, there you go. There's a third
one. They're tribal decks are a thing. They're coming.
They are. I just didn't know like so far what.
So far it's those 3, I think. But like like there's definitely going to be some sort of like amethyst that cares about sorcerers. There's going to be there's clearly going to be a sapphire that cares about inventors.
Well, Mickey cares about the brooms, so does that count?
No.
True.
What do you mean no?
Because neither of those broom is neither the words sorcerer or inventor that I just said.
Yeah, but broom, we have one.
But
there's got to be a hero deck.
It's not broom. The classification isn't broom. I don't think
it's the name of the card. Yeah, it's.
Is it? It's the name of the card.
No, it is a classification. It's Dreamborn broom.
Oh, it's a card type.
So does that mean we're gonna? Yeah, you're right. Does that mean we're gonna see more brooms then?
Dude, I
that
hope
would be
so.
Hilarious.
Well, and isn't that's what people were saying earlier on when we saw that card? Why can I not find that card?
Animated brooms.
It's
Go
it's
to
am-
Lorcana
it's-
and just search it.
I know
Yeah, we're
got
on
it.
it.
I've got it right here. But why in the world can I not? I don't know why I can't find it, Jim. Goodness
It's been
gracious!
deleted. Never existed. We all imagined
seriously.
it.
It's kind of like halfway down.
There. Oh, there it is. There's
It's
a magic
there.
broom.
They use 2 zeros instead of O's for the
Yeah, it's
broom.
Dreamborn Broom. It's a class. Yeah, it's one of the classifications. Yeah, interesting.
All right,
Broom.
Broom Tribal. It's coming.
Broom
Yeah.
Tribal. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Type,
Okay.
Your opponent up.
typal. You mean
right.
typal?
So. True.
I don't know if did you
All
talk about that this week.
No, I don't really want to talk about it.
That's fair. I think it's
This is
interesting
really-
news.
It is interesting. I mean, we can talk about it later, but I honestly want to get your guys' thoughts on Zeus here. Jonty, what do you think about Zeus here?
I'm not sure. He's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one. The fact that it's not inkable, the fact that it's a 0/4. I don't know where this goes. I don't know.
Rare.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
What do you
okay.
think, Sugi?
I'm in the same spot. He's a weird card because you can swing him in,
Mm-hmm.
and you should obviously trade into something smaller than him. But the problem is, if you're doing that, he's probably going to take between 2 and 3 damage, and he has 1 health left. So your opponent can easily trade in a 1-drop or a cannons or some like low end thing. And I don't know if that's a valuable trade. And then what's even weirder is he has 2
Traded.
lore.
Like if you're challenging into Zeus, you're not trading because
Yeah,
you
'cause it's
still keep
0.
your thing.
Plus, it is
'Cause
a
it's
2
0.
for 1 at that point.
Well,
Your
it's-
opponents lose
No,
two
no, it's
cards.
not a 2-for-1 because he's
No,
0.
it's
He's not
a
killing
1 for
anything
1.
on defection.
No. Well, I say 2 for 1 because if he was talking about kill it with
Another card.
yeah, well,
That's a 2 for 1.
the
Yeah,
cannons.
but you
right?
wouldn't.
You brought up
Yes.
the cannons.
You'd
Then at
fling
that point,
anything
it's
at
2
it.
for 1.
Yeah,
And
you
if
swing-
he-
you swing
and
low
if they
body.
if they use a low body, well, then at that point they're also not questing, so they're not getting closer to their win con. I guess you could also utilize it.
It's 2 points of action economy he's interacting
Yeah.
with, however you want to look
Right.
at it. But the really awkward thing is he has like all offense and no defense.
Correct.
And I'd rather have the Rafiki because
Right,
I'll
because he's a
just make
3/3.
damage.
It's
He's a
better
3/3.
card, right?
Right.
So it's like, and what really throws me off is he has 2 lore, which is really rare and usually put on things you want to quest. And he is
Right.
not inherently the thing you want to quest with because it's like, this thing says rush and challenger, which means I want to slap it and tap it.
Right.
But
But
as far as I'm concerned,
don't-
rush is basically spot removal that could leave a body around.
Yeah,
you
so it's
know?
kind of like maybe he's kind of a spot removal or a quester. I mean, he could do either or.
Yeah, like situational.
Maybe.
So, Sugi, going back to what you were saying earlier about inkable, why is this card non-inkable?
because of the
that-
2 lore.
the-
And
So
the
that's
4
interesting enough.
defense.
That's interesting enough to give him non-inkable. Like that.
And the rush, it's his whole kit. So he's got 4 defense, rush and challenger, and 2 lore. So he's got all the things, but it's in a weird combination. It's like the right things, wrong combination almost.
Yeah. I mean, Jim, if this had inkable, would you think this is still? Do you think this would be a good card?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So funny thing, if we go look at the other rush cards, the 3 creatures with rush are all non-inkable, and the other thing, that pocket watch that gives rush, is inkable. So all the rush cards are non-inkable.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
As of right now.
Which makes sense. I mean, I wonder if they landed on rush is just in a game like this is just too good.
Rush is just good, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat there
Rafiki?
said it's removal for exerted characters only. You're right. I totally expect that we'll see actions that do the same. I totally can see an action that says, deal X damage or banish target exerted creature.
Yeah. If you've never played a Rafiki, that card is nuts. Nuts good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So
There's got to be more reasons to not, like, at the minute you quest whenever you can, right? Yeah, and
Right.
everything else quests. There's
Right.
got to be some more things to think about when you're doing that, and I
Right.
think cheap removal for tapped creatures, exerted
Right.
creatures. I'm trying, guys. I'm doing better than Dan.
I feel like
I'm not
there's
calling the
something-
cards I'm not calling the energy Don.
All
Yeah.
right, so
I think there's going to be like a deity
this
tribal.
this
that's
is
gonna help them
Rafiki,
out.
by the way, guys.
Yeah.
3 for 3. Yeah, non-inkable, and yeah, I mean, yeah, seriously, give me give me two attack on
Anything.
Zeus. Just give me something. Just it's bad. I don't know. I don't like
My
it.
gut says
just
we're
me.
gonna. There's something we don't know. That's why I love all these card reveals. They're so awkwardly placed that it's like there's something coming that's gonna go. Oh, that's why this card has these stats.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
again, we're going back to that vacuum right now. In the vacuum of
Right.
6/30/2023, Zeus kind of bad, but
Right.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna see something that's like all deity characters get like +1/+0, or
Oh,
+0/+1 or something. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's a 0/5. Yeah, he's fine because he's not going down anytime soon. Now they have to send like 3 characters in to try and kill Zeus, or some kind of doodad, maybe like first strike. I don't know. We'll see something interesting. It's like, okay, now I know why Zeus is the way he is.
Right.
There are clearly cards at the minute that are not so great because there are 204 cards and they can't all be amazing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like some
Sure.
of the
Sure.
some of the Donald Duck and Minnie Mouse and some of the Mickeys, they're just we need to flesh the set out, they're just basic vanillas, But a card like Zeus is not that. It's not just it's not so good because they can't all. It's not so good. I genuinely think it's not so good now because we're not seeing where it wants to go.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a card that taps itself to untap something else. Then Zeus gets real scary because then you're just constantly on it's a 4/4, it's a 4/4, it's a 4/4.
Yeah.
Since Ariel can untap herself with items, then I absolutely think we're going to see a tap untap combo where he gets a lot better. A lot of things get a lot better, actually.
Ariel would get a lot better if there was an item that untaps because you get 2 hits off it. Then you get a hit of it coming
double
in.
Reckless.
That'd be great.
Oh yeah. Iago give multiple creatures reckless. Yeah. That would be good as well.
I think we'll see an action that's just like unexert target whatever. It's like, oh, here we go.
Could you see an item like that lets you untap stuff? Like, would that be
you'd probably
legendary?
Have to pay into it. It's
but that'd
probably
be
super
good, right?
rare.
Yeah.
It'd be real good. I still think we're going to see lore as an economic tool. So I could see an item where it's like you pay 2 lore, untap target creature. Sure.
That's interesting.
You're
I don't
not
know whether we will in the
necessarily
first set, but I do think eventually. Yeah, I'm not sure we'll see lore spending lore like that because that's just a really great mechanic to bring in a few sets, right? Like it's nice and neat, very explainable, but different.
I will say this: I think Zeus is phenomenally scary and limited in draft, but I don't know about constructed. I'm not feeling it so much. But I mean, like a 4/4 with rush for 4 and 2 lore to quest, like I'll take it in if I'm running purple, because if I get like a Rafiki and a Zeus, nice. But again, formats are different. Surprisingly, he could be kind of mean in multiplayer if someone just overextends and people are kind of beating up on stuff and it's like, oh, that thing over there's only got 4 health left. Zeus! Like you just show the Zeus and be like, hey man, you leave me alone, I will kill your thingamabob. Or you mess with me, I'll kill that thingamabob. I'm like, oh crap.
So Dr. Facilier is another good example of a card. He's a 0/4 challenger +2 for 2. So that's another one where we see the zero attack. And it's just
Facilier is an insane quester early game because not much can kill him. And in order to take him down, they have to swing 2. Usually it's 2 of their characters. And it's like, okay, I go up 1 lore. I potentially deny you 2 lore. And 2 of your bodies are tapped. So I can counter swing with Rafiki. Real dirty trap. Most people just let you have. It's almost like Olaf. It's like literally a free quest. Do I want to attack the 1/3? Nah.
Right.
It's almost like because what's Jafar?
Yeah,
He's a
that's the next one.
2/5, and if you swing, he gets +3.
It's almost like
I
Challenger
believe.
in Steel is a buff, but Challenger in Amethyst is a way to reduce the power of the card a little bit. Because for Dr. Facilier, for instance, if he was just a 4/4 for 2, that'd be insane. Right?
Take my money.
So,
4/4 for 2.
To be honest,
Play a
even
4/4 for
sorry,
2.
even a 2/4 for 2 with one more
yeah.
would still be
Yeah.
really good, right? So it's
Bananas.
almost like the Challenger is like, well, he's a 2/4, but only when he's attacking, right? And then and Jafar is like that as well. He would be a 5/5 for 4, which is pretty well costed. But he's like, no, he's a 5/5 when he's challenging.
Yeah.
But he's only normally a 2/5. Whereas if you look at Challenger on the steel cards, it's a buff. It just makes them even better, right?
Right.
So it's almost like the same ability works as both a buff or a sort of slight dial back, depending on the color it's in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Astox has a good point in chat. Basically, the idea is Amethyst has insane stats on your turn.
Yes.
And sub stats on their turn. So use them. If you use them appropriately, you get massive value. The problem is most people aren't using them appropriately. They're like, quest with Jafar? Like, no.
Right. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what kind of cards we're gonna see. I'm really interested to see how many more actions and items we're gonna see in this set. And those are the kinds of cards that I'm honestly kind of really looking forward to.
I want more songs, please.
Yeah, I like those songs. Those songs are really good.
We need that Nightmare Before Christmas in set 2, if you wouldn't mind, please.
Make it happen.
Which song are you looking for from that one?
Oogie Boogie. Come on.
Oh, there you go. What is it going to do? What do you think it's going to do?
What have I done? Actually, Well, Oogie Boogie is way more on the random side, so it's probably going to be something akin to like, well, there's no dice, so it's not Pokemon. Okay, so we could do something Yu-Gi-Oh-esque where it's like name the top card of your deck. If it's the right name, you just get to play it for free.
Please, let's not do that.
So you could use things like Yzma, like to filter through your deck, or I'm sure there'll be cards that allow you to like, take a card from your deck and put it on top. So that way, like you didn't draw it, but you kind of like got it where you want it to be.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a full Tudor.
Yeah, it's a half Tudor.
Pretty
kind of
broken.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But what have I done from Jack Skellington to be like, it's a Wrath of God, just everything's dead. What have I done? Well, you banished everyone you knew, but like, I didn't realize that the rocket launcher would, kill these innocent ducks over here. Like, oh man, what's that smell? It smells delicious. Like, Jack. No, bro.
We watched Bambi tonight with the kids. It's been years since I've seen that movie. It's a long time. I forgot how good that movie was. In all honesty, it's honestly really good, man. It's really good. And
the
then
animation is fantastic.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And then as I'm watching it, I'm just like, I can imagine that as a Lorcana card. That'd actually be a really good Lorcana card.
Skurai says, do you think they'll run out of songs?
No.
Well, there's like 350, I think, something like that, to pick from. So it's definitely more finite than the characters, because characters you just get multiple versions of them.
I also wonder if we can have a subtype of a song, like a chorus or a verse from the song.
That would be where I would go. Yeah, it's just after
right.
the songs are done, you start just doing like key lines,
right,
from it. But
there's so many. I mean, like you were saying, there's like 300 something. By the time they hit that threshold, we'd be in like set 30. So I'm not really worried.
Assuming we get like 8 to 10 songs in a set, that would still be pretty high, right?
That's a lot. I feel like maybe each color gets like 2.
Yeah.
So that's 12.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm very interested. I'm really interested because again,
I just like that ultra. Go ahead.
I was just saying there is a ton. I mean, like forget even the mainline movies, right? You have like Aladdin, you have Return of Jafar, and you have King of Thieves. Like there's
Do
songs
we
in
talk
those
about
ones
Return of
too.
Jafar? Do we?
Okay, I gotta stop you now, folks, because you've now named like 4 movies that aren't going to be in Lorcana until something changes. So, like, uh, Nightmare Before Christmas, Return of Jafar,
Oh,
Prince of
yeah,
Thieves,
they're-
none of those are
none of those
Disney
are-
animated canon,
no.
like, which is what Lorcana is pulling from. So, until we hear
But
something different,
Atlantis,
Hang on.
Atlantis
Lorcanon.
is.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, Atlantis is, yeah. It's, you said Nightmare Before Christmas is not what?
it's not part
It's
of Disney
not.
animated canon.
No, it's not.
I mean, they didn't. Where did they say it was animated canon?
In the very first
underst-
press release, they said
Didn't-
the very first press release ever said this is a
Yeah.
combination between Ravensburger and Disney Walt Disney Animation Studios.
right.
Walt Disney Animation Studios have made 68 films, and those are the ones that we're
Nightmare
pulling
is
from.
not one of them.
Nightmare's not one of Nightmare's not
No.
a Walt Disney
Walt Di-
Animation Studios.
No, Walt Disney just
No.
produced it. And it's not
Oh, they just
Animation
produced it?
Studios. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and same as all of the pretty much all of the sequels. Like I think there's like 3 sequels
Yeah,
that
direct to
class. It's
video.
like
Yeah.
Frozen 2, maybe 1 or 2 others. There's not many. Pretty much all the sequels you can think of are not part of Walt Disney
Yeah.
Animation canon.
Yeah, right. Because at least in in the 90s, those were like straight to video. But they were
Straight to VHS, kids.
some of those
Yeah,
some
man.
of them were so good. Like I have so many good memories of Return
I
of
got them
Jafar
all.
and
I
Aladdin.
got to get my mom to take a photo of them. They are all still on a shelf in my mom's house back
Yeah.
in the UK. All of the VHS tapes lined up.
Yeah.
So
Because it wasn't
okay,
even a Disney film. It was done by one of the subsidiaries.
okay,
Yeah.
Jonty, is Tarzan a part of that animated canon? It is, correct?
Technically,
It is,
yes, but I
yes.
just still don't think we'll see Tarzan in
You
Lorcana.
still don't think so? Okay.
Licensing.
Yeah, there's a big thing. Like I can't exactly remember how it's, but basically they kind of like they only paid for like a borrow of the license from Edgar Rice Burroughs' estate. So it's in much the same way that Ravensburger's having to clear everything with Disney. It would just be like one more step. And for that reason, it's why you just don't see Tarzan stuff anymore, right? Like you just don't. There's very little merch.
Yeah,
you know,
you don't see him in the park. They got rid of
Yeah.
Tarzan's treehouse. Now it's just
Yeah.
Adventureland treehouse. They've kind of like completely.
and it's not because they can't do it. It's just
used to
because
be
it's very
Swiss.
difficult.
It used to be a Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Swiss Family. Then it's Tarzan. Now it's the Adventureland treehouse.
Oh, I didn't even know they changed it to Tarzan because I only knew it as a Swiss Family Robinson. In all honesty,
No, it was really
false.
cool.
False Astox. No one remembers Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
What?
Yes, we do.
That's not.
That's
even
such a
thing.
good movie.
Guys. It's not
Ichabod
even
was
real.
Will you be-
the
just
Headless
be quiet?
Horseman, right? Sleepy
Yeah.
Hollow.
Yes,
Mr.
Sleepy Hollow,
Toad.
yeah.
We got a badger. Badger's my boy.
Ichabod Crane. That was
You
the
guys are
song.
singing
Yeah, I remember that.
words that mean nothing.
We know.
It's not even
we
a
know.
thing.
We know
It's
it means
okay.
nothing to you.
It's not a
Jim.
movie.
It's okay.
It's not a
What about
movie.
what about
Uh-oh.
Buzz
Yeah, it's not.
Lightyear? So that's
No.
Pixar.
Yeah,
So
no
not
Pixar.
to start off with, but like I'd be amazed if in 3 years' time they don't make a huge huzzah about it being a Pixar set.
About doing a
Bet
Pixar.
you money next Gen Con. That's the announcement. Is there?
Ooh, you
they're
reckon
gonna
that
sign
early?
Pixar.
That early, huh? You think so?
That'll be set 5 because
okay.
we'll be 2 sets in by
Yeah.
next year.
I still think it's a few years, but like again, there's no way it's not.
Right.
I feel, and I also feel like we might see like some live action stuff put in before a lot of other things as
Ooh.
well. Actually,
Which ones though?
so like things like Pirates of the Caribbean have been put into Mirrorverse
okay.
and
Okay. Swiss Family
and
Robinson?
Infinity.
Speedstorm. Dude, I love Swiss Family Robinson. Swiss Family Robinson, in all honesty, was I loved that movie when I was a kid.
Like
I
OG
absolutely loved that
Swiss
movie.
Family Robinson.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
correct.
All right.
Yes.
Are you going to be at Gen Con?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to
We
give you
will
a
be.
big hug and a high five, and you'll know
Yeah.
exactly why. Because I watched that on ABC on Sunday nights as much as I could. I love the Swiss Family Robinson.
Really nice. Very cool.
Was
Yeah.
was Flubber Disney?
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
Flubber-
perfect.
Yes.
We're
Flubber
going
was
to see
Disney.
Flubber.
Is
Flubber,
that
yeah.
under the same moniker? Because I love the Robin Williams Flubber. That was a great movie.
Yeah. Again, it's obviously not animation
watch-
studios.
did you-
it's
did
a
you
Disney
watch-
movie.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, shit.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Did you watch the Absent-Minded Professor? Like the
Yes.
OG?
Yes, yes, yeah,
There
yeah.
we go.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And then what's the one with the kid who was in Swiss Family Robinson turned into the dog? I can't remember the name of that movie.
Turned into the
That sounds
dog?
like a fever dream you had.
He turned into a it was Shaggy Dog.
Shaggy.
Just Shaggy Dog Story,
yeah.
was it called, or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when they
Vague
were using
reference.
all of the same kid actors across the movies.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the oldest son in Swiss Family Rob was the main character in Shaggy Dog. Yeah. Levram knows what I'm talking about. So it's funny because like you'll see like one week it's like, oh, this guy was in movie A, and
Mhm.
he's also in movie B. That's cool. I like watching him act. That's fun.
One of the kids from Swiss Family Robinson's also in Old Yeller.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
What happens in that movie?
I don't want. We are not talking about it.
Well,
I mean, why not? We just talked about Bambi, right?
Yeah, we just talked about
Yeah, I mean, you never said what happened in it.
We did it.
To be fair,
two shotgun shells back the head.
We'll get a Dreamborn where Bambi's with her mom, right?
Oh,
No?
that's dark.
What?
Would that be Floodborn?
Would that be Floodborne? I think
alternate.
Yeah, because that's
Floodborn's
really out
alternate
there, right?
dimension. Yeah.
Necromancy,
okay.
that's definitely
Okay.
Floodborne.
Well, hang on. Let
Oh
me
yeah,
ask
Shaggy
you
Dog
guys.
was remade with Tim Allen. Yeah, that's a good point. But I'm talking
Let
like
me-
OG Shaggy Dog.
Yeah, we're talking about the OG old school ones, the
We're old.
originals. Okay. Now, question for you guys: do you know when in the movie, Bambi's mom, it happens?
Bites it.
When-
Like
Yes.
how many minutes in?
No, well, not
Oh.
just percentage wise.
It's got to be early.
ratio.
I thought it was early.
Got to be early.
I thought it was late. I thought it was like 60% in.
Yeah, it's like 60. It's like 60 to 75% in.
No
into the
way,
movie.
really?
Yes.
I thought it was like that's how the movie opened,
No.
basically. Like,
No,
hey kids,
No.
No.
Like,
No.
Hi, kids. Do you like violence?
Can we have listen here, Slim Shady? I'm gonna need you to tone down.
Okay, so the interesting thing about the movie, and again, like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Mhm.
It is so well done. It goes to like an entire season, right? It starts in spring, and then it goes into fall, then it's
Can we get
winter.
that song "Drip Drip Drop Little April Flowers"?
Dude, I was literally saying
April
when they
showers,
sing
yeah.
the song, I'm
Showers,
like,
showers,
I want to
right.
see that song
All right.
in Lorcana.
Bambi's
What would it
mom
do?
shot at 41 minutes,
41
37
minutes.
seconds,
That's
Oh
like
my
and an
60
hour and
goodness.
10 minutes long.
I need Flower as an ally, and then Thumper as an ally as well.
Yes,
what would
Yes.
what would April Showers do as a card?
that's a
It would
very good
bring
question.
Mayflower.
Oh,
Flowers.
reanimate like two characters from your graveyard.
No,
I mean, he very much doesn't do that.
No, I think
his mom stays dead.
No,
I
but
think-
it can't be a Bambi or a mom.
remove all damage from all your characters.
Hmm.
Remove all damage counters. That's what
Ooh,
I think April Showers would do.
that'd be spicy.
That'd be spicy. I like it. Okay. What question for you guys? What one IP that we haven't seen yet do you want to see come to Lorcana soon?
Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet.
Yeah,
okay,
Treasure
that's a
Planet
good
would
one.
be good.
Jaunty.
Especially
Jonty, what do you
because
think?
Ryan's been told, like, they keep saying that Ryan plays an amazing pirate deck. And like, I'm like,
Oh,
well,
really?
we haven't- Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
that's been said a few times now. Steve's been like,
Huh.
"Oh, Ryan's got this crazy pirate deck he plays against me." I'm like, so what
Interesting.
other pirate? Like, there's Hook. Like, that's literally it, right? I think so far. So
yeah.
it's safe to guess we're going to get a Shmee probably,
Mhm.
right? And maybe
Okay.
like just pirates in general.
Okay.
But like, yeah, there's got to be some Treasure Planet stuff in there.
Treasure Planet.
I don't know. I'm like, most.
What
of-
other
most of
pirates
mine
are
have
there in
been-
the IP though? Like legitimately, like there's Captain Jack Sparrow.
yeah.
So you might be right. We might see pirates.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's Long John Silver.
Mm-hmm. All the pirates from that.
All the pirates from
they're
Peter
not
Pan.
I was thinking Atlantis. No, though they're not pirates
They're
in
not
that.
Could be
necessarily
like
pirates, no.
mercenaries.
Yeah,
They're
like ship folk, but not
mercenaries,
necessarily
yeah.
pirates. Yeah.
So like
There's Captain the horse in is it
horse.
101 Dalmatians? The horse is called Captain, I think.
Yes,
Is it?
yes,
Yeah.
that is true. Yes,
Like, I don't know if that
correct.
yeah,
counts.
the horse. The horse
Yeah.
is a
But Captain is
Yeah.
a
But
is
he's
a,
not a
sub- is a
pirate.
no, but Captain is a
Yes, sir.
classification,
Sorry, sir.
right? So
That's
we could
what,
I love
Captain
Sergeant
Tribal.
Tibbs.
Tell Sergeant
Please-
Tibbs. Yeah,
Please give us
yes,
Tibbs
sir.
in
Right away,
another
sir.
color.
Yeah.
I literally watched the movie like 2 days before they revealed that card. I was like, that is an OG character right there.
Scry is an American Tale from Disney. It's not, but
No.
like, that would be
it's
so.
Universal.
That would be, that'd be so cool though.
Oh
It would
man,
be
American
good, yeah.
Tale.
the lawyers are coming now.
So the only one, not necessarily that I want to see, like I'm sure I do, but I'm not. It's not like a big one for me. But the only one that I think is notable by its absence is Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
true.
Aristocats.
Aristocats?
Baby.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
Aristocats
right.
I
is
want a cat
another
deck.
one. But I
I'll
feel
just
like
straight
Jungle
up the
Book is
moment I
probably
can,
the biggest
kitties.
one.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
the biggest movie from the sort of, that sort of the silver era that we haven't
Mhm.
really seen yet.
Okay.
And I do wonder whether, as wide as they have gone, like I do wonder whether they are holding IPs back for future sets.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely they are.
Yeah.
There's a
What
ton of good movies we haven't seen yet.
Turtle Dude is correct. Turtle Dude has the only right answer here.
Great Mouse
I need
Great
to see the
Mouse.
Great Mouse Attack. The Great Mouse Detective.
Ooh, what color's
The
Basil?
Mighty Ducks cartoon.
Yes,
What color?
dude.
Okay, the Mighty Ducks
Okay,
cartoon.
Mighty Ducks
that'd be
cartoon.
hilarious. Okay, now, Sugi, what question did you just ask?
What color be Basil, mate?
All right, what color is Basil? What color?
Actually,
is Basil?
does
Green.
Radican count as a pirate? He kind of does piratey
No.
things.
He's more of like mob.
He's the Great
mobster,
Mouse
isn't he?
I'm trying to
Yeah.
help
Dude, we
you out,
literally watched the
people.
movie,
I
Jim.
forgot, man. I forgot, dude. I don't know what you want. From me.
I'm trying to help the chat out, homies.
Okay, what
Yeah,
color
what-
is Basil?
What color be Basil?
He's either amethyst or sapphire. I would think.
I would think. blue.
Really?
I would
Blue.
think.
Very okay. Okay.
I would think.
Why?
I mean,
I just want to know your thought process.
the next one would be emerald. Emerald would make sense with what we've seen so far. Not ruby, not steel. I think those two are out.
I see blue.
Because I'm just trying to.
I don't know. I
think.
could see like Thug Basil in steel. He's kind of like, a
Oh
tough
yeah. Okay.
man.
Yeah. That's
we got
true.
to fight in the
Yeah.
bar. I'm walking here.
Yeah.
Give him like Challenger plus, 6.
Yeah. 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 That
He's like
is
a
one of my
15
favorite.
drop.
Yeah. Yeah. What color would you give him, Sugi?
I think he's probably either green or yellow because he's very team oriented. So he's trying to help, find the father. He's trying to help.
Hang on, he's not team oriented. He wants to do it all by himself.
No. I know he's a big booty hole. We'll keep it family friendly.
That's one way to say it.
But
That's one way to say it. Yes.
but he's a butt.
Yeah.
But at the same point, like he does come to fall and like his character has an evolution where he comes to care about the people he's working with, and so he's trying to help them find what they're looking for. So like an evolved version of Basil I could see would be in yellow, helping other people. So I could see him actually as a support character where you quest with him and he supports other people. And that would be his like final form where he's not a jerk. If he's younger, jerky Basil from the front of the movie, he's probably Emerald, where he's just trying to do it all himself. And it's him. He's the hero, and so he's gonna do some really cool stuff. But his stat lines are gonna be like garbage tier. He's just gonna be like, I'm a hero because I'm Basil of Baker Street. Wow.
My answer's really boring.
What's your answer, Jonty?
Sapphire, because we have detective in Sapphire.
We have Detective Mickey. Yeah. No, that's fair.
Oliver and Company.
Oliver and Company.
All
That's
right.
That's
Fox in the Hound.
Skirai, I don't know whether you're trolling now or not, but How to Train Your Dragon is not Disney either. I feel like you're just naming a lot of non-Disney products.
The Universal
not
lawyers are
non-Disney
coming.
IPs.
Stop this man. Stop him.
I could see
So
Basil
How to
giving
Train Your
some sort of
Dragon
card
is
draw.
DreamWorks.
Yes.
We should get
Great,
that.
great
show.
movies, though.
Pixar
Great
company.
movies.
We should
Awesome.
get that show Yu-Gi-Oh!
Home
or
on the
Pokemon
Range.
into this game. That would be sick, dude. That'd be so sick.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
great.
Basil could be really helpful for your team or really disruptive to the other team.
Mhm.
Or I could see Basil, since he is a detective and a searcher, could be a tutor. You play him, you get to search for a thing. I would believe though in Lorcana with tutoring, it'd be like a subtype. So it'd be like, search for a detective or a hero or you get to like pick a keyword and find that,
Right.
then put it on top of your deck.
Right.
Not like a hard
Right.
tutor where it's like, get anything you want. Whoa.
Okay, so Sugi, what type of card do you want to see from Treasure Planet? If you're making a card from Treasure Planet, what is it?
What is the
Doesn't
name of
have to
that
be-
robot?
The
guy who's played by Martin Short,
Played by
yeah.
Martin Short. Oh,
Yeah,
goodness.
basically.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I can't remember the robot, but I want him because he's my favorite character because he's so funny. Because it's Martin Short
Martin
as an animated
Short.
character.
Yes. It's literally Martin Short.
I can't stand. His name's Ben.
Ben, yeah.
I can't stand Martin
yes.
Short.
I'm not a big fan of Martin Short, but it's just funny because like in the few scenes we see him, he is like the Martini shortiest version of himself. It's just like 100% pure, just him.
Yes.
It's so funny.
Last time we went to Epcot, I'd
Bender.
never done the
Bender. That's what it is. Is it? No, Bender. Oh,
I think it's
just
Futurama.
That's just Futurama.
Yeah, it's just Ben, I think.
Yeah.
Although maybe that's
But
where they got it
Hulu,
from.
July 24th.
Yeah.
Last time I went to Epcot, I've never done the Canadian Pavilion before.
Really?
The last time we went,
why would you?
Well, this growing up in the UK, yes. But then last time we went to Epcot, we had permanent residency in Canada. We just hadn't moved. And me and the wife at the time was like, let's better do it then, eh? Like, I feel like it might be on the test. so we went in, and it's basically like a 360 cinema, you know, where they just have like the big 12 screens all around. Yep. And we went in, it was like, welcome to the Canadian Pavilion. Enjoy this 12-minute video narrated by Martin Short. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I knew exactly what you were going
Stuck in a dark room.
Yeah.
And he like walks in, he's like, hi. You're like, oh no, not this guy.
Worst.
Yeah. I know we briefly touched on it a little bit, but do you think we're gonna get live action stuff at some point? Because the one thing that I'm thinking of is Tron. Like Tron, I would love to see Tron somehow,
like OG Tron, right?
I mean, at first, yes, like that's where you'd have to come from first. But I in all honesty, so all right. So I used to work
Some
at
people
Meyer.
haven't seen the original.
Yeah.
I used to work at
Meyer. I used to work at Meyer in the electronics department overnight, and when that movie came out, the new. The remake, well, not a but you know the newer one, okay?
Legacy, yeah.
Yes, we had it on like repeat, so I kind of like memorized that movie. It's a good movie though. I still love it, and I love the music.
Best soundtrack.
Daft
Punk
soundtrack.
We need more Daft Punk orchestrated soundtracks. Like, they need more power in the musical range.
There's only one Tron film. All other Tron films are fever dreams.
The question is, Astrox didn't clarify which Tron film they're referencing, which is
this is true.
Just there's only one. So the one.
There's only one, but which one is the one?
There's just one.
Yeah, but which one?
There's no which one. There's only one.
Martin Short mode activating.
Yeah, I do think that once the game is settled in, I feel like the sets will start getting a bit more themed. And I don't imagine we'll ever get like movie specific sets. But I do think like we could get like a sci-fi focused one, right? And something like Tron would be a great new IP to bring into that, you know? Because you can still do, because obviously you get all of the sci-fi stuff. But then also you could do sci-fi Dreamborn and Floodborns of all the other characters as well, right? So I feel like that's where we go. I don't necessarily think we'll ever see the Jungle Book set, but I think we could see a jungle set that is Jungle Book,
Tarzan.
Maybe not Tarzan. But then there's like some like Lilo and Stitch stuff in the with all the palm trees of Hawaii.
Wild thorn.
But then also we get wild thornberries, not Disney. But then we also get like Mickey Mouse in a pith helmet or whatever, right? Like you could do all the Dreamborn stuff then. So I feel like
even get Bugs Life.
Oh, that'd be sick.
That
would be sick.
Really cool. Something like that would be great. And I feel like that's how we're going to go. So I feel like that's maybe what we could see those live action or slightly more out there movies be like the flagship new IPs of the sets, you know?
Here's a kick for you, Jonty. You've been on that theory for a while. Do you think it's going to be like sooner, later, middle? Like, what do you think that's going to fall? Because I feel like the first couple chapters are going to be kind of like base sets with like a bunch of hundreds of cards.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I've heard somebody say that. I'm pretty sure Ryan has said that the first two sets are just like
base
Disney trading card game, right? But then there is going to be a narrative.
Yeah, well, because they got to get cards in the pool. So they can't do like Magic old blocks where it's like, here's the first block, that's a core block with 200 cards, and then little sets with like 80 cards. They got to get like 500-600 cards out in the wild. And then they can start doing like what you're saying. So do you think like set 3, set 4, like maybe in a year, say like
Yeah,
Six.
set 4, 5, 6 maybe. I think we could start seeing like
So
more
that
themed sets. Yeah,
that'd be what, Q3 of next year, Q4 next year. It's
yeah.
like winter.
I think by summer next year we'll start seeing
Okay.
like announcements of certain sets. Yeah.
I would
That'd be
I would love to see somebody had mentioned TV shows. Could they potentially go into some of the TV shows? And the TV shows that I was thinking of were the Saturday morning cartoon ones from the 90s, like the Aladdin, there was a Little Mermaid
Hercules.
one,
Hercules,
and
Emperor's New
because
School.
because then I'm thinking of the characters, because we're still within that IP, but now we are widening the character pool. Okay, and then looking at like Aladdin 2 and Aladdin 3, like Aladdin's dad as another character. Like I would like to see that, but I have no idea if we'll ever see something like that. Do you guys think they will widen it to something like that, or what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think like as long as the game does well, you know, who like 4, 5, 6, 7 years time, they're gonna like everything's on the table. I feel.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird because like set 1 is coming out, set 2 is already at the printer, set 3 is probably being sent to the printer. So
Right.
like the next 9 months are already accounted for.
So
Right.
so
Yeah.
at the so a little while ago, I was at a Canadian distribution day, and Ryan Miller did a like this,
Presentation?
yeah, but via webcam.
Okay,
Like he was like really
Q&A,
sorry he couldn't
okay.
make it, and
Sure.
basically, and to be honest, it was the same thing that they'd showed at Gamma the week or two before, which is why I didn't
Mhm.
really shout about it, because it was basically
Gotcha.
just him going through the same spiel and then doing a little bit of Q&A. The only thing I think he said in the whole thing that was new info to me was that set 8 is as at least began development.
Holy
Even if it's
Holy
just
cow.
like maybe
Well,
even just like a whiteboard somewhere in one
doesn't make
office.
Yeah, like blue
But, like,
blue skies.
yeah,
Because
like,
that's
but
3
set
years.
8 has stuff happening. Yeah.
yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, 2.
2 years because it's quarterly releases.
well,
so.
It's 4 every year, roughly.
Because by the
that's-
end of
that's
next
the
year
last-
we'll
that's
be in
the last set.
6.
That's the last set of year
Yeah.
2.
So yeah, that makes
It's the
So
sense.
last
set
set
8
of
would be
year two.
Q2
Magic
of
says like the same
2026.
And the reason they said
Yeah.
that was because they'd said that. I think he said that the game stores getting it 2 weeks before big box was at least going to happen until set 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was like, "Oh, that seems really far away." Like, and he was like, "Oh, we're set 8 is being worked on." Like that was it. You know, that was like
Rochelle says 2025, guys. 2025.
yeah.
Well, so
that's
set
actively doing
8 would be
development. Is crazy.
Q2 of 2025.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that would be right before now, which would be Gen Con.
yeah.
So here's a tinfoil hat theory.
Okay.
If they're only doing the coverage for local game stores until set 6, do you think that's when they're going to go to themed sets?
Could be. And also, I don't think he said it's only happening till then. He was like, we will evaluate whether it's working then.
But if you think about it, what if the first 6 sets are 200 plus cards, and then after that they're going to go down to like the smaller themed sets, which would be like 100, half as much, but like hyper focused, kind of like
but
you were
really
saying.
focused and a little bit more often, maybe.
Because
even,
at that point, 6 times 200, that'd be 100 or 1,200 cards, give or take. That's a lot of cards. Also, we don't know if there's a set rotation. So if it's like a legacy,
That's going to be my
format
next
like
question.
Yu-Gi-Oh, holy crap, that's a lot of cards. I also don't think that's a good thing, but that's just me.
You don't think what's a good thing?
I don't think having a legacy set like Yu-Gi-Oh is a good thing. I think set rotation is healthy for games. Because
in general, yes. In general,
otherwise it's like,
yes.
oh hey, Yu-Gi-Oh. But having access to 1,200 cards in the card pool is like, that's a little overwhelming for little Timmy and Jimmy who are like, I want to get into Lorcana. How do I do it? Well,
it's nice having a format like that, just not that be the standard format, essentially.
The thing is, there's going to be a certain set of cards that just ostracize the majority of the 1,200, so it might as well be a set cycle. Because not all 1,200 cards are going to be viable.
Well, sure. Yeah, right. Jim, what's your opinion on set rotation and legacy formats?
Oh,
Mr. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh does have a set rotation. Let's be honest. They're going to come out with a new set that is so much better than the old cards.
Oh boy.
It's a soft rotation.
Oh my god.
All right, that's kind of a lie
because
because
that's horseradish.
there's some pretty good decks that are from a couple years ago still being played today, and they're still doing decent.
Right.
Right. So,
What are
in
they?
general,
Because tier elements.
it's really just
crush.
Sky Strikers. Let's be honest.
They got good because the ban list gave them cards back. That doesn't count.
Thank you.
Guys,
Like I
Sky
said,
Strikers were bottom tier until that. No,
also they utilize a
no.
ban list to be like, all right,
Oh
we
my
got to
God.
push forward these new cards so people are more inclined to buy it.
Somebody
my
Said
Lord.
Yu-Gi-Oh has rotation. It's called the band
It's called
list.
the band list. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I'm
like
fine with
tiers, tier elements, Necros, friggin' Zodiacs. Oh, girl.
I'm okay with set rotation, but only if it is one format within a series of constructed formats. Like I'm the one guy who still plays paper standard Magic, so
What?
like
That
I enjoy it.
What?
this is
It's
amazing.
fun. I play that. That's cool.
Yeah, there's not many people. Like it's all moved to Arena, but
That shuffle feels so good.
yeah, but Arena's popular, right? Like there is something to be said about just always like every new set in standard is impactful, and it necessarily isn't outside of it. So I'm a fan of it, but I also play a lot of Commander, and I've got a modern deck and stuff. So like I think it needs to be an option. I'm kind of okay with it being the flagship default mode, even if you want to, as long as there are other formats that people can access and play.
How big of a set should be in the cycle, do you think?
What are you asking, Sugi? What's the
So
question?
when you have a
standard
cycle rotation,
I got you.
how many sets? So like I think you should have 4, like a full year. 4 sets should be legal at any given time. If they're doing a set
I
rotation.
think that's a little low.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
low.
I think you could go to 2 years and it still be okay. So Magic's recently gone from 2 to 3 years,
I saw that,
which is I
Yeah.
think is too much.
It's a lot of cards.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. I think 2 is the right. I think 2 is the right spot. What's your thought, Jim? What do you think?
3 is kind of a lot, but it's also you can take a decently long break from the game and come back to standard and still have relatively the same cards. Sure, you might have to change out some, but I think 3 years is fine, and they want to give people a larger card pool for the variety that they can be utilizing.
Right.
Because some people just don't want to keep doing it every 2 years. And we look back the last 8 years since we've had Grapple of how long standard has been dying there, but not just there, GameStorm, the other shops in our area. But is that also because of Arena? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Hello, Simply Savannah. How are you? Good to see you.
Hey, Savannah. I know Savannah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, she's awesome. If any of you want to see a really great creative video game player, like a tycoon building cool things, you should go and check out Savannah. She's awesome.
Very cool. Very cool.
She's also a very good D&D player. We play D&D together.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Awesome. Okay. So we haven't really talked about this a lot, but I've been very interested this week with the with the news of the lawsuit. Nothing is slowing down. Like nothing's slowing down. Nothing.
It's got quicker. If anything, it's ramped up.
Yeah. I mean, and is anybody surprised? Are you guys surprised by that, or not, or no, not really?
No.
I did think when we saw what was it that happened, like almost like a few days after the lawsuit, there was a Q&A, I think, and it was with Steve.
Yeah. From Upper Deck or for
sorry, Steve Warner. They did a Q&A on Twitter with Steve Warner.
Yes, gotcha.
Like part of me was like, makes sense, that Ryan's maybe just stepping, and I was like, yeah, it makes sense. But then a few days later, he was doing a tour of the West Coast.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, okay, cool. So I mean, I'm not a lawyer,
right?
I had nothing to say it, but I feel like the longer it goes without like an injunction or whatever going into place, like less and less, and less it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they just. I'm assuming either Ravensburger have good lawyers, or they might have rang up Disney and been like, "Can we just borrow one of your guys to have a read over this?" And they've just gone, "Yeah, you're fine."
Yeah, I'm in all honesty, I'm very surprised that there has been like no news whatsoever, like from Upper Deck, like anything.
There's not going
like
to be.
from my understanding, they haven't even like done, like they haven't pushed, they have done nothing. Like I don't think they've made any filings or really anything. Again, I'm not a lawyer as well.
Do you remember when they sued Konami?
Oh, for Upper Deck sued.
Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah.
When was that? When
that was back
was
in
that?
the early 2000s.
Was that early 2000s?
Because Upper Deck printed the first sets of Yu-Gi-Oh before
Yes.
Konami got it.
Yep.
So it's like the exact same thing. They got real loud. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, Yu-Gi-Oh's dead!" And here we are. Nobody remembers what happened to Upper Deck, and Yu-Gi-Oh is still being talked about with their ban list and Sky Strikers and Tier Elements. So, foreshadowing.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. I think it just kind of comes across as Upper Deck just going like, money please.
Yeah.
And
it
I'll
probably
go check.
The worst.
Yeah.
We'll never hear of it again.
My
basically.
kids are the worst. Do you want one of them? Please. I love that show. Money, please.
Money, please.
Or I'll burn this house down. She'll do it too.
Yeah, you might as well just give it to her. She'll it's easier if you just give it to her.
Mona Lisa. Money, please.
Money, please.
My sister is the worst.
Oh goodness, what movie did I just watch where he was the voice of something?
John Ralphio?
John Ralphio is the voice of Sonic, man.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Sonic. Yes, we recently watched a couple weeks ago. We watched Sonic 2 with the kids.
Yeah,
the movie's great. It's a great movie. And then at the end of the movie, spoilers for people who haven't seen it, but at the end of the movie, they show Shadow, and my son is like, "It's Sonic's brother!"
Oh no,
so crazy. I'm like, how do you even know who any of these people are? Any of these characters?
Did you watch Sonic Boom?
Do it. I don't. I have no idea, man.
I got a 5-year-old. He loves a show called Sonic Boom, and they're all in that. So he probably knows them from that.
But John Ralphio is also the voice of Leonardo in one of the many Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle whatevers. And that threw me for a little. Oh, it's the Nickelodeon one, I think, the one that's on right now.
The show or the
animated show.
Okay, there's a movie
coming out, right?
A new movie coming
no,
out.
he's not in that one. That's all like unknowns. But it's the Nickelodeon, the animated show where they have like the super powered ninja weapons. But I think he's the voice of Leo, because it caught me off guard. I was watching. I'm like, it's John Ralphio.
This is a funny comment right here. Upper Deck is making Disney look like the good corporation. That's a special achievement right there. I'm sorry, that's funny.
Isn't the voice of Sonic from the films Ben Schwartz? Yes, that's the guy who plays John Ralphio. We're just using his character name from Parks and Rec.
John Ralphio is Ben Schwartz.
Yeah, there's a really great series on Netflix of improv shows with Ben Schwartz and I forget the guy's name, but he's in Silicon Valley. He's the main guy in Silicon Valley. Leibowitz or some other Jewish name, I forget. But it's very good. It's very funny, and it's called like Schwartz and Leibowitz.
Don't watch with your kids.
Yeah, it's really good.
Not family friendly.
I was asking for me. I wasn't 100% sure. Hey, don't worry about it. We got you.
All right. Well, what do you think? You guys think next week is going to be something similar to this week? Middle Ditch.
Middle Ditch. Thank you. Middle Ditch and Schwartz. The show is called. Yeah, it's very good. Yes. It's really funny.
So again,
ask Rochelle.
Ask Rochelle.
Rochelle, are we getting more cards next week?
I would love if she came with like categorically no for the next 7 days. I can say as the voice of the company, the next 7 days is radio silence.
Yeah.
See you later.
All right, go watch IT Crowd. Best show ever. Have fun.
Oh goodness. Yeah. I mean, do you do you think we're gonna have a week like we did this week, Jim? What do you think?
I think since we're getting closer to Gen Con, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
we're gonna keep having
Yeah.
more weeks like this.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Sugi?
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, there's still 100+ cards to reveal in
Mm-hmm.
4.5 weeks. This really falls in that question of will we get the entire set by the time of Gen Con?
That's gonna be my next question.
And
I hope
I guess
so.
we're on that same wavelength because of Swiss Family Robinson. We got that zzz mode.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting because obviously Rochelle knows the answer to these questions. But if I had to guess,
she's probably just
there-
like, whoa.
yeah, probably. If I was a company doing what they're doing now, and I had to take a decent gander, my guess is we're going to see 75% of the set by Gen Con, but they're going to withhold some of the key combo pieces. Yeah, she knows the answer to all of
Yeah,
these
we
we're
know.
talking
We
about.
know.
Yeah.
We know.
She knows,
Thank you.
She knows
Yeah.
who the
Thank
guy on the improv show is.
Yeah. She's got
She
all
knows
the
everything.
answers. Yep.
Yeah. So I would guess we're probably going to see like 75% of the set. They're going to withhold 25% with some cool things. And then the Gen Con attendees, one of the essentially gifts we get to experience is cracking packs and going, oh my God, this
I hate
is a
that.
card.
I hate that. I do not want to be sat on Twitter whilst at Gen Con looking at blurry shots of new cards. God, I hope it's all revealed by Gen Con. I really do. I don't think it might be, but I really hope it isn't.
Yeah, as a player and a content creator, we want the information, but at the rate we're going, and the fact that I don't think they want the meta solved before the game even comes out to the general public, I think they're going to withhold a small percentage. I think they're going to hold some of the cool stuff because like we keep getting all these cards that we've talked about where it's like in a vacuum, it's kind of mediocre, which means there's got to be something else we don't know about that's going to be like, oh my God, this is so good. We just didn't know about like this other piece. So
right.
That's my suspicion because it also builds up a ton of hype for Gen Con because everyone going is going to be like on astronomical steroids. Like, what are we going to discover at Gen Con? Like, what is this other 20% we don't know about? And so like buying packs is going to be more, it's going to be like the most fun Lorcana will be because we don't know. And as we crack packs, we're like searching for those new cards, whether it be a common, an uncommon, or rare. So the moment we find it's like, I found it, you feel like you found something special because you've discovered this new thing. So I think that would be fun, although it's not necessarily like, the most optimal for the, standard trading card game player because we're so used to everything being spilled right on the table. But at the same point, I don't hate it because like when Digimon came out and all those cards were spoiled in Japan and it was like 3 months before it came to America. By the time it came to America, we knew exactly what the decks were. And so it was like, well, I guess I'm not buying nobody bought packs because they just bought singles. And it was like, this is not great for the FLGS because no one's buying product. We're all just buying singles on TCG Player. So like, I don't hate it. Like solved metas are really boring, especially if it's like way in advance. So I could be okay with them holding back a small percentage so we know enough, but not everything.
Jonty, do you agree or do you disagree?
No, I disagree.
Yeah,
I know.
Sugi makes an incredibly fair point, and I totally get it. But the only counter argument I have is I don't want to be sitting there, Friday afternoon in Gen Con, being like, "Get on the Wi-Fi. At least get on the Wi-Fi." Oh, is that?
Yeah,
I think that's Mushu. Like, I just don't. Oh God, I'm not looking forward to that. But sure,
Sean Yu, give us a Sean Yu, please be a Sean Yu card. Yeah, I need a Sean Yu card.
Savannah says, "Will there be actual cards given out or for sale at Gen Con?" Yeah, short answer is yes. Yeah, there is stuff for sale in as much as if you have a ticket for a learn to play or a ticket for the tournament, you're getting a starter deck as part of that ticket to either learn to play with or to use in the tournament. So like that, but that's all we know. Yeah, they have a stand in the seller's room. I don't know what the proper word is for it. the show floor.
Yeah.
A booth.
Yeah, they have a booth in the show floor. So and it's been said that there is stuff for sale, but we have no idea what and in what quantities. We haven't seen a promo yet.
We will.
I feel like we probably will. If you list all the promos by number, there's like number 11 is missing, which would make sense.
Look, Star Wars Unlimited is doing promos. Lorcana is doing promos.
Well, Ravensburger are doing promos.
They're not going to get upped by FFG. It ain't happening.
They've announced a puzzle. Ravensburger announced a puzzle today as a promo. Which
Did they really?
Yeah, which isn't a great thing because you would think that they would share all that sort of stuff at the same time, but it's different areas, different departments, I suppose. But yeah, so at the minute we don't know. The only thing we definitely can honestly say is if you have a ticket for a Learn to Play or a ticket for the tournament, you are getting a starter deck.
My Gen Con.
What's the question?
When are you landing in for Gen Con, Jonty?
What Tuesday?
Oh, wow. Really?
Really?
Tuesday.
I need to get your number offline because I'm coming in Tuesday as well, so we can go bother some of the game stores and buy them out of Dragon Shields.
Tuesday 1st, and then we're there till the Monday the 7th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're we are driving up on Thursday. We're driving up Thursday and then driving back Sunday because we live relatively close. So
that's nice. Yeah, I'm driving up Tuesday, so it's an 8-hour drive. So I'll be getting there like mid-afternoon, whatever, and then I'm there till Monday or Tuesday. I've got some places to crash if need be, just in case.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So, lastly, the only thing that I would say, Sugi, is my only worry or concern for not having all the information before Gen Con, right, is I'm just imagining how hectic it's gonna be for around Lorcana for Gen Con, and like if I'm not able to, for whatever reason, get my hand on some product or be able to really get that time to get my hands on the game, then that's just going to be feel bad. That's my only worry or concern. But I totally understand the argument for sure. But that's my only worry.
Yeah. So like, I'm thinking of this from a business perspective, like from a marketing end. I've done social media marketing and product management and stuff. So like, if you think about it, the intensity and the hype on social media will be astronomical if there's a small percentage not revealed, because everyone is going to be looking for it. And the moment like one of those cards hits the market on social media, it's going to spread like wildfire. And then card number 2 will hit, and that spreads like wildfire. So Lorcana is going to be all over social media all Thursday. And if all the cards aren't found, potentially Friday as well. And so, like, I'm not saying it's the perfect scenario. I'm just saying it like from a business perspective. Sure. It's just like Value Town. Like, it's like the most free PR you'll ever get in the world. Now, from a player perspective, it's an NPE. It's a feel bad moment where, like, I don't have access to all the cards, and I maybe I don't get product, or maybe I get product and I don't crack anything new, and the guy next to me does, and the gal next to me does. I'm like, what the heck, man? So I mean, like, there's a lot of opportunities for like negative experiences here, but I think the overall it's kind of weird, because if you're not going to Gen Con, you kind of have a way to participate with the people, because they're going to crack a pack, find a card. It's like, I saw that on the internet first. I commented on their picture. So like,
I clipped it first and I shared it, and it's my, it's my clip.
But in like a really awkward way, it kind of consolidates the people at the con and not at the con, because we're all celebrating this new reveal. And then there's, for example, say there's like 50 cards we don't know. So there's like 50 opportunities to participate in like this. Ooh, new card, cool. So like, it's just I don't think there's a win on either side. There's pros, there's cons.
Sure.
But like the overall grand scheme, I think them not revealing everything has more pros than cons.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Give or take. Yeah. And it's minuscule. I'm talking like, 1%, maybe a little bit better. Maybe.
Right.
You'd say about clipping it made me laugh. Did you see with the Donald Duck reveal today?
Yes.
Like we got an official one of it pretty quickly, but the first shares were a screen grab of the
comic book,
Cabled. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
it was
from
Cabled.
a thingy.
From Cabled.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
it
know. There was like 16 people who posted. I'm like,
it just ran around, but it was because it was a screen grab and there were subtitles.
Yes.
Like the card just
It is
says
Donald Duck.
This
I
is
think
Donald Duck.
This is Donald Duck.
Donald Duck over it. And do you know what I love? Like, I love the fact that both of the Donald Duck cards have been cursed. Because if you remember the first one,
Yeah.
it was a sideways one
Yeah, it
with
was
numbers on
sideways.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the shit. And I just love the idea that all Donald
That
Duck
is
reveals
so
are just
true.
cursed.
That's
And
like
there's more
so on
coming.
theme. That is so on theme. Dude.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Give us
Just
Gizmo
love
Duck,
that.
please.
Oh, that's
It was
funny.
more Duck, but it needs to be like on a poster in the background of a video
Yeah.
with somebody's
Yeah,
face
right.
over it
Yeah.
that we can screen grab and share around.
Yeah.
This is
All right.
Gizmo Duck.
All right, we're going to be wrapping it up here. So, final thoughts from you guys. One thing that I want to know is, I mean, what are you looking forward to, like this upcoming week and the following week? Like, is there one thing in particular that you're preparing for? I mean, outside of Gen Con, like, that you're preparing for, or like one card or something you want to see that you're just kind of holding out hope that you get a glimpse of. Jonty, is it? Jonty, what are you looking for here?
So a few things. One, I hope the card reveals keep up. I love the fact that the card reveals have moved from like, oh, that's a cool card. I love the fact that now we're seeing like, oh, look, that goes really well with like the more and more we see now, the more and more we're starting to see the obvious archetypes that they built into the first set, which is really exciting. And then on a more of a personal level, July 14th, we should be finding out allocation for stores. So that's only 2 weeks away, and that's obviously going to be at the moment we're kind of just treading water with the store as opposed to what we're able to do, because we've got a Google Doc that we're all writing in with like ideas, and we'd like to do like a starter deck challenge to launch the game. How can we maybe like a multiplayer games where you've got to be an adult and a kid kind of thing. It's like we're really trying to build up like a more of a family community with this, but a lot of that is all dependent on how much we're going to get, right? Like if we get 24 cases, then 24 boxes, then there's not really much point in doing much, because like we'll sell 24 boxes to the first 24 people through the door. But if we can get like 72, 100 boxes, then we can really start at looking at branching out and building up a community. So yeah, July 14th is a bit of a D-Day at the minute really for us.
All right, Sugi, what do you got, sir?
Comprehensive rulebook. We got to know what we're doing at Gen Con. Also, the TOs need to know what the heck they're doing at Gen Con. And if we don't have a comprehensive rulebook, we're going to be in a lot of trouble, because there's already a lot of really good questions in the community. And without a comprehensive book, it's going to be like, hey, judge, how does this work? Hey, player, I don't know. And that's not a great place to be. So there's got to be a comprehensive rule book somewhere here so that we can start to figure out how some of these interactions work. Because like you guys were talking about it earlier. How does Beast work? Well, if we use magic logic, it works this way. If we use Yu-Gi-Oh logic,
exactly. And like I said,
like
the way we're playing it and the way we all assume it to work makes the most sense, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's right.
What card did we talk about last week where we were like, if we evaluate, we were talking about it from a magic standpoint. I can't remember what card we were talking about
last week.
Yeah.
Last week on Super Friends.
Yeah. Because it was something that like because Moana. It was the Moana where
what's the question about Moana?
Oh yeah, no, it was whether or not what the they meant in the they can't quest this turn.
It was
all princesses.
But that one is unlike the Wolf Swan, where we're pretty sure that's obviously what it obviously means. Like that one is very grey. Like that sentence can be read as they can mean the princesses you have exerted, and it's perfectly accurately correct grammatically. So yeah, that was one that like you genuinely just need to refer to the rules on that one.
You have to know how the templating is intended, because I do understand a lot of people thought it meant the things you untapped, but the inference was every other princess. They're undoable.
Correct.
But, That's something
Card-
we kind of super need. Otherwise,
Yes.
those deck
Yes.
challenge events are going to be really awkward.
Yeah. I can imagine they're gonna have a bunch of employees, staff there they know the rules inside and out, and they're ready to go. But
No, it's
players
all
definitely.
the PHG volunteers.
What's that?
It's all those people who signed up to be TOs. It's volunteers.
Yeah, it's not. It's pay. It's a paid position, but yeah, you had
that's
to.
true.
You had
It's
to apply
paid,
for it. Yeah,
but they're not
through,
employees of Rob. They're just
no.
random
It's I can't remember what the name of the company is. There's a company that basically does this. They put in temp staff for
Yeah.
conventions.
It's like PHG or something.
Yeah, and you could apply for that. Like it was next on my list if I didn't get a ticket. I was like, sorry, I'll try and work it.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, it's a pretty good package. I think they pay for the they pay for the Gen Con ticket, and it's something like $22 an hour or something like
$22 an
that.
hour.
Yeah, it's
But
fine.
It's
Pastimes. Thank
yeah.
you, Rochelle. She
Pastimes,
knows
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
She knows everything.
Isn't that her job though?
It
If she
is,
didn't
but
respond, I'd
that
be
means
more
she's
worried.
doing a very good job.
Yeah,
So
so
that's the
Pastimes are
problem.
dealing with it. So I think it's
Yeah.
on the Wednesday. There is like a introduction, like a
teacher,
training
yeah.
session, basically. But there's there's a
okay.
hell of a lot to squeeze into 3 hours. So I
Yeah, it
hope
is. Yeah,
they
it is.
are asking people to have a bit of an idea of what the game is beforehand.
Right,
And,
right.
let's be honest,
And
most
just
people are going to
because-
because they're into
Oh,
it
you have
anyway.
no idea what Lorcana is? Well, why don't you go be a judge? Go
Yeah,
learn.
yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. You've signed up to work an event of a game you don't know anything about. Like, obviously, that's not her.
Right.
But obviously,
you
they're going
not
to want to
seen that
make sure
happen
everyone's singing
multiple
from the same
times?
hymn sheet.
Right.
And I imagine how it'll go is that there'll be like a lead TO that's from the game there
Right.
that
right.
that these staff can step up to if needed. Like that's how I
Right.
would probably do it. There's one guy there for the 64 players, but then there's 2 or 3 just sort of
Right.
milling around to answer obvious
Right.
questions that people don't
Sure.
know.
Sure.
We hope.
Yes.
I've been to a
Right.
lot of cons where all the TOs are like randos who just saw an opportunity to get paid.
Hmm.
And so it's like, how does this interaction work? Yeah, I don't know. Well, can we get the head judge over here? Yeah, maybe. It's like,
That's me.
why are you even here? Oh, well, I got a free badge and they're like paying me and I get in early.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fair, but you're useless, dog. Like, come on.
Yep. So, all right. Well, we're gonna call it for the guests for the evening. We've got some other stuff we want to wrap up on, but Jonty, Sugi, thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. This is
Always a pleasure.
Small crew tonight, but this is a lot of fun. So thank you guys for hanging out, and we're gonna see what happens next week to see if we're gonna have another one of these next week, or kind of what next week's stream looks like. So
Do you have like a number of cards in your head that need to be revealed through the week to warrant one of these?
Ooh.
Is that kind of how you're doing it? Or?
It's more so like news and what's happening, right?
More than 3, less than 6.
Yeah. But to answer your question directly, no, not really. Not really. Just well, do I think there's enough to warrant just a good discussion? Then we'll kind of go. So that's kind of what I'm going off of. So but that being said, thanks again, guys. I appreciate it. And even if we don't see you next week, we'll be talking on social media. So all right. Well, thanks, guys. I
Me and
appreciate
Sugi
it.
are going to do the freeze frame end of the 90s sitcom now. Ready?
Yeah. 1, 2. All right. that was pretty fun. So
My turn.
I can't do it
no.
with you, Jim.
Okay,
I can't
right,
do it.
sorry.
So same question to you. Is there some what are you looking forward to the most? Because I mean, we were talking before we started the stream here,
Mhm.
and you were like you're very much looking forward to this because it's
Yeah.
looking like a lot of fun.
I am more and more excited every single time we go over stuff
Mhm.
to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I'm most excited for,
Yes.
the people we're going to meet at Gen Con. to play
Yeah,
this game.
this year is going to be phenomenal. I don't think we talked about this on stream, but we were talking about it before. Turtle Dude, who's in chat. I don't know, Turtle Dude. Ping us in chat if you're still in chat, my guy. But he had mentioned about doing a H&H community meetup at Gen Con, and I'm like, yes, absolutely. But in all honesty, I'm thinking to myself, who would want to do an H&H? I mean, we're just two
I'm sure
guys.
there's
Just
a couple.
we're just yeah, just a couple. But I'm like, who would want to hang out? Who'd want to hang out with us at Gen Con? Apparently, you people are out there. So yeah, we'll talk about it, but we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out where we tell everybody where to meet, and then we hang out and just hang out, have a good time, and maybe play some Commander, play something. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we'll definitely if you guys want to do that, if you're going to be at Gen Con, let us know. Join our Discord. Let us know, because that is where we will be to talk about all this stuff. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm very much looking forward to Gen Con, guys. Not just for Lorcana, not just for all these other games, but
I forgot.
What
I'm looking more forward to is to have that pizza again.
Oh my goodness,
the pizza, Dan.
Oh,
Come on, dude.
word.
I think about it all the time.
Oh my word.
Whenever I hear Gen Con, boom, that pizza's
Oh my word.
brain.
Who wouldn't want to hang out with the bearded greatness that is Hobbies and Happiness? Tro.
Tro.
So, all right, well, we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it for the evening, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This was a lot of fun. You were popping in chat, guys.
Yeah,
oh my goodness,
mad.
Goodness gracious, don't hate me, all right, guys. Just be nice. My goodness, but no. In all honesty, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. We had a lot of fun.
Yep.
Had a lot of fun, and you know what? We could not do without you guys watching us. So thank you so much for hanging out with us and just honestly making our night, making our evening. And thank you again for our guests for coming on, hanging out with us. We couldn't do without you guys as well. So thanks again for hanging out with us tonight. And if we don't see you before next week, we'll see you in the next video. So Rochelle, thank you so much as well for hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure seeing you in our stream, in our chat. So thanks a lot. And Jim, any final words from you, my friend? Any final words?
You guys can be our guest anytime.
I love it. And we're with that, we're going to end the stream with Be Our Guest. So thanks a lot. And we'll catch you guys